Someone make it make sense.
Probably a couple.
All right, everybody, it's the moment that we've all been waiting for. Those of us who've seen it and those of us who haven't. It is day 2 of the Cardi B civil trial from just a couple weeks ago. And it is the day that Cardi B takes the stand. And worry not or fret not, squirrel friends, because we're going to zoom through the couple other witnesses that the plaintiff's witnesses that earlier in the day to get to Cardi B taking the stand. So very, very exciting stuff here. For anyone who hasn't watched this already, the audio from the court feed is touch and go. It is not the greatest. I think that they do better on day 2 than they did on day 1. But if the audio is crappy, just know that there's nothing that can be done. It's just the court feed. It was struggling. My theory is that it was struggling because of the plaintiff and that it was wanting to, I think the court feed was wanting to actually just, off itself from being on and having to deal with it. So, yes, indeed. Welcome to Kat Randall and Flash. Long time no see, my friend. New picture. Happy to see you guys as well, as always. Welcome to all of our beautiful squirrel friends. So, without further ado, we start out here with on day 2 with a doctor. So remember let's just set the scene here. So this plaintiff, right, she had been talking a lot about this plastic surgery, right, that she had to have. So this is supposed to be the doctor who did this quote unquote plastic surgery. And, with these witnesses, before we get to Cardi B, I think mostly what we're going to watch is cross exam, because that's where that's what they all say, right? The saying goes, the truth always comes out in cross-examination. Direct exam is really worth watching some parts of just because it's such a shit show. But this doctor will surprise a lot of you guys if you haven't seen this already. It's pretty wild. And welcome, Amelia. So happy to see you as well. She says, hello, Chelsea and everyone. This case is nuts, but what do you expect? Another celeb case. Right. But the thing is that the thing that is so unexpected here is just how terrible the plaintiff's attorney is. And also just how raw and real and just genuine Cardi B was on the stand. Because normally I wouldn't just be drawn to a celebrity quote unquote trial just because it's for celebrity's sake. You know what I mean? Unless there's really good lawyering or really good legal issues or something like that. This one the reason that I am covering this is because of the shit show. And because Cardi B is hilarious and I can't wait to watch this. So, woohoo! Let's get started, squirrels. Woo!
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you all for coming back. Good morning, Dr. Moelleken.
Good morning.
Okay, hang on. Alrighty. Did you guys hear that? Okay. So this is plaintiff's. This is direct examination. So this is plaintiff's counsel. There's something that he says here. I'm going to play it again. That he said, and he says it every day at this trial. And I don't know if anyone else caught this, but I'll tell you what who he's talking to here. Okay, here's my banner. All right. So.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you all for coming back.
Good morning. Thank you all for coming back. He's talking to the jury, guys. And he says this, I think, like every morning and like after every lunch break. And I just find it hilarious because it's almost like, it's not even almost like, it's clearly like he's expecting them to leave because they can't handle it. I mean, and the reason it's so funny is because like it would never, it wouldn't occur to the jury to leave, right? They've been sworn in. They're doing their job. They're as a citizen, as a juror, right? You guys know how it goes. Like, barring some huge emergency or illness, or unless you've been exposed to something regarding the trial, what have you, like, you're going to be there, right? And jurors take their job really seriously. So the fact that he says that is less a reflection upon the jury and more of a reflection, I think, on how he must have somewhere in the back of his mind some realization of just how shitty he is as of an attorney, to where this is painful. So did you guys catch that when y'all watched this? Those of you who have already watched it?
Good morning, Dr. Moelleken.
Good morning.
Were you the treating doctor for Emani Ellis, who's sitting to my right here today?
Yes.
Okay. And what did you treat her for?
She had a scar on her left cheek.
Okay, and what is
Okay.
your current occupation?
I'm a plastic.
So at least, you know, the scar, quote unquote, well, we don't really know still where that scar came from. But however, at least this settles the debate as to the location, because during the plaintiff's testimony, it was all over the place, right? Was it a scratch on which cheek? Was it the nose? Was it whatever? I mean, it was just all over the place, and she couldn't really decide where she was, quote unquote, injured, hurt, beat about the head and face, or whatever she says initially. So at least he's saying it's a scar on the left cheek. So at least we've settled that much. Okay.
And reconstructed surgeon.
Are you board certified?
Yes.
For how many years have you been a plastic and reconstructive surgeon?
Since 1995.
It's about 30 years?
Yes.
Okay, and early on in your, I'll strike that. Where did you go to undergraduate school?
To Purdue University for 2 years.
And where did you go to
Wait,
medical
wait, wait. He just struck his own question. Oh my God. Hold on. What question did he strike?
Yes.
school? Okay, and early on in your, I'll strike that.
Early on in your strike that. Oh, for fuck's sake, guys. It's too early to go. It's too early to go. We're like one question in. I can't go to all
Where
right.
did you go to undergraduate school?
To Purdue University for 2 years.
And where did you go to medical school?
At Yale Medical School.
And you did some work at Harvard as well?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I finished undergraduate in 2 years, and then I took a position at Harvard University. It was a graduate position in literature, German and English literature. So that was for 1 year, and then I went off to medical school at Yale.
So basically not impressive at all, right? Just kidding. We're going to skip ahead a little bit. Again, most of this is really just about the shit show, but the truth, as we said, will come out on cross exam. So we're just going to skip ahead a little bit.
Different plastic surgeon before you?
Objection, calls for hearsay. Black's foundation, sustained.
If you go to exhibit 4-009,
Now, he didn't hear.
at the bottom,
By the way, James, I'm so glad you're here because I have some news for you. Do you guys remember Gabby from last year? So the agility championships are happening again right now, right meow, for the doggy cuteness award, and they're still ongoing. And I would expect that we will see Gabby again. And don't worry, if Gabby makes another appearance, we will watch Gabby take her claim to fame with the throne and the big gold medal yet again. Oh my God. And if you guys want to watch Gabby, let me know. We can watch Gabby because not everybody has maybe seen Gabby, but it is inspiring as fuck and cute as fuck.
can you read for us what it says in handwriting?
Yes.
Sustained.
You can't just read
Are
it.
you aware
Oh my
that Miss Emani Ellis saw Dr. Scher before you?
Objection, hearsay. Sustained.
Is it important to you when treating a patient if they've seen any prior doctors?
Objection, irrelevant. Black's foundation, treatment.
No, it's very important if they've done treatment. If they've done treatment, then I need to know what treatment they did.
Okay, so in order to do your work with this patient, Emani Ellis, you would need to know if any other doctor, such as a plastic surgeon, did any other work on Emani Ellis, correct?
Yes.
And when you asked Miss Emani Ellis if she got treatment, did she tell you she saw a different doctor, Dr. John Scher?
Objection, hearsay. Sustained.
Oh my God.
Do you know the Dr. Scher? Do you know him?
No.
Are you aware that Dr. Scher has passed away?
Objection, Black's foundation, calls for speculation. Overruled.
That's what I've been told. I didn't verify.
Hearsay move.
So confirming that it's okay. Couple things. First of all, thank you so much, Flash, for letting us know that the Nevada lady goes to trial November 17th. We will definitely cover that. Second of all, okay, hold on. Even this doctor is like laughing at this attorney. Hold on.
Are you aware that
Okay.
Dr. Sharon has passed away?
Objection lacks foundation. Calls for speculation.
Okay. So the question is, are you aware that Dr. whatever the fuck has passed away? And then the objection lacks foundation, calls for speculation.
Overruled.
It was initially overruled. Now here's his answer.
That's what I've been told. I didn't verify it.
That's what I've been told. I didn't verify it. And watch his face.
Hearsay move.
Denied.
Literally hearsay and speculation. Amazing.
For a patient such as Emani Ellis, the kind of injury that she sustained, is it true that if Emani Ellis had came to you within a couple of months after the incident, that you would advise Emani Ellis to wait 1 to 2 years to determine if this cut would become a scar?
Lacks foundation.
Is that-
Oh, sorry.
Is that the proper course?
Okay.
Sustained.
For a patient like Emani Ellis who sustained a cut, how long should she wait before getting plastic
So,
surgery?
counsel, why don't you establish that there are different treatments? What type of cut it was, how deep the cut was, whether it was likely the scar, what he knows about the scar. Establish some foundation before you ask him opinions.
Okay, thank you.
Oh my God.
Can you describe
Oh,
for us
you
the scar
guys,
that Emani Ellis
I'm
had when you
sorry.
examined her on November?
Things we don't really ever see is here the judge is like teaching this attorney how to attorney. I this is incredible to witness, guys.
Was whether it was likely the
Hold on.
scar.
For a patient like Emani Ellis who sustained a cut, how long should she wait before getting plastic
So,
surgery?
counsel, why don't you establish that there are different treatments? What type of cut it was, how deep the cut was, whether it was likely the scar, what he knows about the scar. Establish some foundation before you ask him opinions.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, counsel didn't even have to object. The judge basically objected on his own, sua sponte, like, come on now, like this is not how you do lawyering. I can't.
Can you describe for us the scar that Emani Ellis had when you examined her on November 4th of 2022 for the first time?
Yes, she had vertically oriented. In other words, up and down scars. There were actually 2 of them, but one was more prominent, and it was hyperpigmented, and it was hypersensitive.
Okay. And isn't it true that it would take at least
Leading!
1 year before the
Objection
scar
leading.
formed?
Objection lacks foundation. Calls for speculation.
And leading.
Overruled.
No, scars can form quickly sometimes. Sometimes it takes a long time for them to form.
Do you believe it was correct for Emani Ellis to wait
Oh my God.
before obtaining the medical treatment that she received in your office?
Objection lacks foundation. Calls for speculation.
Sustained.
And the type of medical treatment that you performed, isn't it true that during the pandemic, which started in April of 2022, for at least several months and years, there was limited availability for patients to receive plastic surgery?
That's very true.
And your office was shut down for several months at least?
Well, I perform a lot of reconstructive surgery and emergency surgery, so my office was never shut down.
But if a patient needed to receive the type of treatment like Emani Ellis received, and they contacted you in May of 2020, during the pandemic, you would not be able to work on them, or you probably would tell them to wait, correct?
Objection. Compound. Calls for speculation. Lacks
No kidding. Compound as fuck, you guys.
foundation.
Sustained.
Yeah.
Isn't
So Cardi has different hair today than she did yesterday.
it true that
Yesterday, I think day 1 of July.
a scar
Leading.
such as Emani Ellis's, when she came to you in 2022, the scar would basically never have gone away unless you performed some type of medical treatment, correct?
Objection leading. Calls for speculation. Lacks foundation.
Sustained.
Also, I don't even think that's true because some scars do go. Oh no, it's not. Good point.
Can you tell us in your, on 4-001 in the HPI, can you read the four lines there, please?
You can't just read it to the record.
Your report.
In the which line, I'm sorry?
Hearsay.
Oh,
It's hearsay, counsel. Why don't you move on?
right. You can't.
When you treated Miss Emani Ellis, did she tell you that she was assaulted and battered by Cardi B?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
Yes.
Did she explain to you that Cardi B placed her long fingernails with sharp objects in her face?
That's what you told me, yes.
Did she state to you that her face was
While
red
waiting.
and hot after the incident?
While
Yes.
waiting.
And can you tell us, when you personally examined Emani Ellis, did you see 3 lines on her face on the left side of her cheek?
Objection leading.
Yes.
What is the significance of the 3 lines?
Well, it's typical for a fingernail injury when you have parallel lines.
So he just launched right into that, right? I mean, we've not laid any foundation for this opinion. Kat Randall says, I want to know how long it takes her to get her hair done from day to day. Glad you asked. A very similar question about her hair actually will come up on when she takes the stand. I don't remember if it's this day or the next day, but her hair does come up, and I think it will answer that question for you as well. So I'm not going to spoil it.
Going from the top to the bottom. So that's vertically oriented, so up and down
There
rather
it
than
is.
horizontally.
Ding, ding, ding.
So,
You have a
so
winner.
typically that's how fingernail injuries manifest.
Is it your expert opinion that Emani Ellis sustained an injury to her left cheek from fingernails?
Objection leading.
Bleeding over.
I'm sorry?
It's the same. It's the same.
Oh.
Why is he surprised that? Oh,
All right, can you tell us, please, how many times you saw Emani Ellis for medical treatment?
I believe 3 total.
Can you just please go through the treatment that you gave her from the beginning to the end?
Yes, so the
okay. So remember, guys, plastics, we're thinking plastic surgery, right? Okay. He's going to go through the treatment that he gave to Emani Ellis, the plaintiff.
there was an initial examination, and then I performed 2 procedures on her. So those were done in the operating room, and I did what's called medical microneedling, which is a procedure where you place local anesthesia underneath the skin to numb the skin, and then you do deep microneedling at a depth of approximately 2 millimeters. It does cause the patient to bleed, but the bleeding is very small because the needles are very small.
So I did not know what microneedling was. I had to look it up. I still don't fully understand it, but my takeaway is that it is not plastic surgery. It is an outpatient procedure that they do it, I think, even like spas and whatnot, beauty places, where they just basically stab you with needles and then it's supposed to help your skin or something. And this is her big plastic surgery, but it's not plastic surgery at all, right? Obviously. Cardi B messed her up. Well, that's what this trial is about. And I think that if you want to find out and see what you think, keep watching, because Cardi B is going to take the stand and we'll see what she says. And if you find her testimony credible.
So then we apply various creams to prevent infection. And then we see the patient back in approximately 4 to 6 weeks. So after that period of time, she returned. We had noticed some improvement in the hypersensitivity and some improvement in the hyperpigmentation. So I basically performed an identical procedure, also under local anesthesia. And after that, I believe I did not see her again.
So, and also just as far as the microneedling goes, when I was trying to look it up and figure out what it is, a good way to think of it, from what I can tell, is like it's kind of it's not the same as Botox, but it's like offered at the same places that offer Botox. Like, and it looks like some women who are, regularly get Botox or other types of injection-y things in their face also would do this type of treatment. So that if for anyone who's unfamiliar, that'll give you an idea of just how non-invasive and plastic surgery, it is basically. So.
We may have zoomed, but I can't recall exactly.
Do you believe that your patient benefited from the medical treatment she received from you?
Yes.
So I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because I think he kind of that's pretty much his only questioning, but he just sort of asks them a million different times. Let's see here.
What was the size of the scar? Did you measure it?
Yes. It was approximately 2 centimeters that I noted. That was the main scar.
Can you tell us approximately how long is 2 centimeters in inches?
Yes, so an inch is 2.5 centimeters, so it's a little less than an inch.
How long is
2 centimeters is approximately 1 inch, or a little less?
2.5.
He just answered that question. Oh, for fuck's sake.
2.5 centimeters is 1
Is
inch.
about an inch, yeah.
Why was it, why was hypersensitivity important in this case?
Well, hypersensitivity is a very,
Okay, so he's just going to go on about the hypersensitivity more. The scar was hypersensitive. I think that the reason that this attorney kind of tries to focus on that is because the scar is not visible ever. And so to try to make it seem like there was a problem that was existing that required treatment so that they can, they're suing for $24 million, right? So I think they're really trying to hammer home this whole hypersensitivity thing to make it seem like it was a legitimate injury, if you will.
gone.
I just want to ask you a few more questions about the medical bills. Your medical evaluation charge of $1,500 on November 4th of 2022. You reviewed that bill, correct?
Yes,
Do you believe that the medical treatments on November 4th of 2022 in your office were reasonable and medically necessary?
yes,
Do you believe that the medical treatments in your office on November 4th of 2022 were related to this incident of February 24th of 2018?
No.
Objection calls for
Yeah.
speculation,
Yeah.
lacks foundation, outside the scope of this designation.
Yep. We're going to get into this on call. Why it's so expensive.
Now, aside from your $1,500 charge and your $2,500 charge times 2 for a total of $5,000, there was also a surgery center charge from
Five-
Neo Surgery Center, is that correct?
yes,
Okay, so $5,000 for the microneedling, but now there's also a surgery center charge. Wait for this, guys.
And you reviewed those bills from Neo Surgery Center?
yes,
Okay, and you told us a little bit about your background. Are the charges of $5,500 for each time you treated Emani Ellis in the surgery center, are those reasonable
yes,
and
So
medically
those are additional charges.
necessary?
yes,
Is that to a degree of medical certainty?
yes,
And are the treatments at Neo Surgery Center related to this incident of 2/24/18?
yes. I
Objection,
believe so.
again, outside the scope of this designation. Thank you.
Okay, and just so there's clarity on the other 3 bills, the $1,500 one and the $5,000 for 2 procedures, you testified that those were reasonable and medically necessary, correct?
You said that
Is
5
that to a
times
degree of
already.
medical certainty?
Yes,
Do you believe Ms. Emani Ellis could benefit from any future type of plastic surgery?
Objection calls for speculation, argumentative as well.
Do you have an opinion as to whether Ms. Emani Ellis needs any future medical care in your office?
Same objection, lacks foundation.
Motion to establish foundation.
Oh God. So here they're trying to, up the damages. So Flash is asking, did y'all get into how much is being asked for in the suit? So it actually it's not stated, the amount is not stated in any of the pleadings. However, all of that was a mess pre-trial. The only time that we hear anything about an amount is actually when Cardi B testifies. She actually says how much, and she says $24 million is how much the plaintiff is asking for.
In reviewing all the records and bills from the past that you've seen and diagnosing the patient and seeing the patient, do you have any opinion as to whether Ms. Emani Ellis needs future medical care?
Objection, lacks foundation, calls for speculation.
Do you plan to provide Ms. Emani Ellis any future medical treatment?
Objection, speculation, lacks foundation.
Open. You can answer.
Not currently, but I'd be happy to do it if she asked me to.
And what would you be happy to do if she asked you?
Probably more medical microneedling.
I'll sustain the objection and
Oh my God.
describe what the response was.
Can you tell us a little bit about what future medical care you would want to provide to this?
Oh, he would do more microneedling. Great. Okay, let's go ahead a little bit. Okay, so here we go again with the surgery center.
Objection, lacks foundation.
Well, it'd be approximately $6,500 for the professional fee and then $9,500 for the surgery center fee.
So does that mean that the surgery center cost has also gone up recently?
Yes,
$6,500 plus $9,500. So what is that? $20,000? Wait. No, $18,000. Hold on. My brain is buffering because I can't wrap my head around it. But that would be for one more treatment. If she had one, you guys, if she had one more treatment, it would be $6,500 plus $9,500. So $16,000. I can't even for one more treatment. I can't.
$100 for the professional fee and then $9,500 for the surgery center fee.
Oh my God.
So does that mean that the surgery center cost has also gone up recently?
Yes.
So is that approximately 15,000?
No, it's 16,000. Oh my God.
And how much better do you believe the scar would be if she received that treatment you just told us about?
Objection, next foundation. Motion seconded.
Assistant.
Do you have an opinion as to what benefit the treatment would give Miss Emani Ellis if she had one more microneedling procedure in your office?
Objection, next foundation.
Overruled.
I would estimate she would have an additional 15 to 20% improvement.
Is there any way to get to as close as you can to 100%?
Objection, calls for speculation, next foundation.
Assistant.
Do you have an opinion of how Miss Emani Ellis can make her scar better than just 15 to 20%?
Well, she will never,
Assistant. Again, just have some foundation. This knows the answer.
Oh boy.
Do you have an opinion as to what type of, do you have an opinion as to the percentage of improvement that Miss Emani Ellis can have if she has more than just one procedure in your office?
Objection, next foundation.
Overruled.
I can't say. It would take another treatment to determine that. If she had no further benefit, then that
Great. So he's just, this attorney is just trying to justify that she's going to need way more of these freaking, $16,000 treatments. And now again, they're discussing what a lien basis is, although that was already covered with the previous witness. So, I'm just going ahead a little bit here. Okay, so here he's asking about the photographs of her face. So again, remember, we would expect to see, right, with something like this normally, photos of the injury from when it happened, right, and like before and after photos. Well, we don't really have any of that, except for the photos that he's about to testify to. From my recollection, are the only photos of her face that are actually admitted as evidence in this trial. So we're going to hear about these.
so low resolution copies of the photographs, yes.
And it's hard to see the scar in these photographs, right?
Well, you can still see it, but you don't see detail.
Is it common practice to take photographs of your patients when they come in before they do procedures?
Yes.
Why is that important?
Well, to document what their current status is, and also to document any improvement. And because memory is fallible, so if you have a photograph, I don't always operate on patients right away. Sometimes it's months later, and then I like to have an accurate photograph.
On the Elmo.
Elmo!
Photograph, the color one. Is this a better photograph of Emani Ellis' scar?
Yes.
And this is a photograph that was taken in your office on November 4th of 22 by your office staff, correct?
Yes.
And you maintain your photographs in your office as part of your business records?
Yes.
Now, what's really funny is his description of these photos. Wait till you hear this.
Your Honor, I'm requesting to show the witness Exhibit 228 on the Elmo so he can confirm details about this photograph. Your Honor.
Objection?
No, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Okay, guys, here we go. You're ready to see a picture.
I'm going to use a pen, and if you can
Oh, we're supposed to be looking at a scar.
tell me where on her face you see the scar.
Counsel, there's a pointer there. If you would just want him to get down and use the
Sure.
pointer on the screen.
There's a pointer there behind you, and if you could just show us where the scar is located.
All right, let's see. So this is a terrible picture, sort of like, oh, there you go, that's better. No, it's not. Okay, there's the main scar here. And this entire area here shows differences in the skin, sort of a general area that's very different from the rest of the skin. And there's a little
Y'all.
linear mark here, and there's another one over here.
Got it.
So those are the three marks that I was talking about. This is the main
Y'all.
scar down the center, and this is another
I mean, I don't think with no matter what type of imagination you have, you can fucking see that. What do you guys think?
mark to the side. Here's another mark on this side. So those are the scars, and this is the whole area that's affected. So it has a little bit different, the pores are a different size, and they're a little washed out and a little, they've lost some of the normal undulations of skin, which are called bead pegs, but that happens often in the scar.
Okay. And if we look at this, this photograph, can you tell that in the photograph, Emani Ellis was wearing some makeup?
It appears she is, yes. She has lipstick, and then it appears she's wearing something.
Thank you.
So, okay. So if you're playing, oh my God. Oh my God. So this is her before picture, right? Not only is this a picture that was taken for his record, you know, because if you're doing not plastic surgery and you're wanting to show the signs of improvement, you know, you take that picture, that makes sense. But not only like that, but this is the picture that they are admitting into evidence to try to prove that she has these scars. So if you take that into account on both of those levels, in what type of world does it make any type of sense to be using a picture if she has makeup on? Now, having said that, let's be clear. She could have come in with like foundation on or whatever, because that would cover up the skin, or like concealer or whatever, and like lipstick and mascara, eyeliner, what have you. It's entirely possible that they, you know, if you're this doctor, right, and you're examining her and you're doing a before and after picture and you're about to treat her, that you would have her remove the makeup in the affected area. Obviously, you can't do it if there's shit all over it, right? So, in other words, the fact that she's got lipstick on and eyeliner on doesn't necessarily mean that in this picture she has any type of foundation or concealer on, which would obscure the scar. However, the reason this is horrendous is the fact that plaintiff's counsel is asking this question as if to say, oh, well, you can't really see it because there's makeup on it, which for all of those reasons I just stated, is completely impossible. There's no way that this doctor would have used a picture with her having makeup on as like a before and after picture, first of all. And second of all, why would you choose, of all pictures, a picture like that if you're plaintiff's counsel, unless there was nothing there at all? Like, to me, it's like he's making a big fuss about the lipstick and the eyeliner to try to make it seem like there's makeup covering up the scars because no one can see the scars. Anyway, hopefully that makes sense. It's just a lot. I believe this might be the only picture we actually get. There might be one more.
And if on the Fitzpatrick scale, she was a 1, would the scar be much more visible than it is in this photograph?
Objective cultural speculation, that's an issue.
Okay, this attorney.
And then I just wanted to ask you a little bit more about
Oh my God.
whether the type of injury from fingernails would cause a break in the skin.
We already covered this. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, more objections. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, it looks like they're taking a break. Please, for the love of God, when they come back, let it be cross-examination.
Secondly, local rules are also pretty specific on brief legal grounds for objections. I don't want back and forth on.
You know who he's talking to here, right? So this is outside the presence of the jury. He's admonishing plaintiff's counsel, and he's saying, can we please have legal objections?
Arguing objections. If there's going to be a request for a sidebar, we can address it that way.
Incredible.
I don't generally grant sidebars, but I don't want arguments regarding objections in front of the jury.
Sorry, that was an error on my part. I didn't
That's right.
know that.
But do you,
I didn't know that. What is
do you
happening?
want the grounds?
Yes.
Okay.
Briefly,
I didn't know that. I'm not. What is you guys?
children's.
Like,
Read legal grounds. Like
Quick question,
normal.
Dr. Witness.
Sure.
So my client's mother is here,
Yeah.
and she's her only day off.
Okay.
Okay, fine. The mother is here. Excellent.
2018. The first time you saw Plaintiff was not until
This is a different attorney. So now we're on cross.
4 years later in November 2022.
Your voice is very soft and very, sorry.
No problem. The first time that you saw the plaintiff was not until 4 years later in November 2022. Is that correct?
Correct.
And the photo that we looked at, trial exhibit 228, that was taken in your office before any treatment. Is that correct?
Yes,
It was taken the first time that you saw the cells.
correct.
Yeah, this is California. Los Angeles.
Could you please open the white binder to exhibit 4? Looking at the first page.
That's correct.
Everything on the first page of this document was reported to you or your staff by Ms. Ellis. Is that correct?
Yes,
So, for example, you're not diagnosing Ms. Ellis with headaches or depression.
correct.
Okay, and also according to this medical evaluation document, plaintiff told you or your staff that the scar was caused by another individual who placed their long
So-
fingernails.
I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because this is not the same attorney who usually does cross. The part that I think matters here is when they get to the bit about the money. So this is what I'm going to look for here. Okay, here's the micro.
Move that device 5 times across the 2 centimeter area that you're describing as Ms. Ellis' scar. Is that correct?
Well, I also did areas to the periphery.
So I'm just going to go ahead a little bit. Okay, perfect.
Between you and your neosurgery center is $17,500.
Yes,
And I believe you testified earlier that $1,500 of that amount was for your initial evaluation. Is that correct?
that's correct.
That leaves a combined total of $16,000 for the 2 microneedling sessions. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that's $8,000 per microneedling session.
Well, it was a surgery done in a surgery center with surgery staff. So
Okay, so this is the real crux of the matter, right? Because like we were just talking about this microneedling, it was done in a surgery center. This is where it gets interesting here. This.
it wasn't really a microneedling session. It was a surgery.
I'll move to strike this non-responsive.
This is Dr. Grant. Please disregard the past response.
Your fee was
So basically, what this is kind of getting to is like, was it a surgery? Because this is normally done outpatient, right? Like we were saying. So he's doing it in a surgery center, trying to, and this doctor is trying to kind of say that it's a surgery. But just because you do something in a surgery center, does that make it a surgery? You know, to where you can then charge the extra fees?
$8,000 with discretion. The combined total was $8,000 per microneedling session. Is that correct?
Do you mean just for the microneedling or for the preparation of the patient and the post-operative care of the patient?
I don't.
I just don't understand your question.
Are you required to be a board certified plastic surgeon for microneedling?
Here we go.
What kind of microneedling?
So I think what's happening here is this doctor's getting defensive, if you will, or taking offense to these questions, which are, in a way, how to say? What's the right way to put it? It's not exposing, but maybe exposing. Sort of, getting at the ridiculousness and perhaps not greed, but just upcharging, if you will, overcharging. This whole thing of like doing this procedure in a surgery center so that then you can charge all this extra money when it's not necessary, type of thing, right? Accusatory. Thank you. Yes, yes.
You recall testifying in your deposition that a nurse practitioner or physician's assistant can perform medical microneedling, the type of procedure that you performed in this instance.
Under certain circumstances and under the supervision of a physician, they would be allowed to perform that. But however, they would not be allowed to perform a surgery independently.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So I don't want to conflate the two.
You also testified in your deposition that there's no particular formula that you've used to calculate this $16,000 fee. Is that correct?
Well, it's based on my experience as a medical director for 25 years of what the usual and customary fees are for these procedures. So it's not just randomly chosen.
I understand.
And is your testimony that the fee you charge is usual and customary in this community? Is that
Yes.
Does anybody know how much microneedling
Plaintiff,
normally costs?
was charged for your services on a lien basis, is that correct?
That's correct.
And by lien basis, do you agree that means that if the plaintiff wins this case and is awarded money, you have a right to collect your fees from the award?
Objection, Ms. Casey, testimony of the witness.
Well, I don't believe that's what happens. I believe the patient owes the money for the services rendered, regardless of the outcome of the case. So it's not just if the patient wins, it's regardless of the outcome of the case.
Has Ms. Ellis paid you for your services today?
No.
Objection, that's an answer.
If Ms. Ellis had come to your office as a patient who didn't have a pending lawsuit and had the exact same procedure done and paid for it then, would you have charged less money than you charged in this case?
Well, there were many aspects of her presentation that would not be found in a typical cash-paying patient. For example, the hypersensitivity of her injury and the nature of her scarring. Those wouldn't be typically found in a cash-paying patient. So how can I equate the fees between someone who has injuries?
How is that? How is that? How is that? He's saying that a cash paying patient, as in someone who can just come in and pay for the service, that they wouldn't have hypersensitivity? That doesn't make any type of fucking sense. You guys hear that? He's saying the hypersensitivity that she had wouldn't be common in a cash paying patient. What?
Versus someone who comes in for cosmetic purposes.
You can't scratch that. Are you saying that there's no possible hypothetical in which the plaintiff could have come in and presented the same injury and not have been involved in a lawsuit and just paid you cash for your services?
Do you mean pay cash or pay cash 3 years later?
Paid cash.
On the spot?
Yeah.
Yes, they would probably have a discount of approximately 20%.
So in other words, you charge 20% more because this was on a lien basis.
Yes.
No further questions? Oh, sorry.
Okay, no one cares about redirect, so we're going to skip ahead to the next witness, which is, I believe this is her mother, the plaintiff's mother. We'll watch a little bit of this.
Testimony you may get in a house not pending for this court can be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. I do. Thank you. May I please have you state and spell your first and last name for the record?
Dianne Schmidt, Leanne, last name Shmidt.
And actually, I don't recall that there's really anything all that interesting. She's only on the stand for a short period of time. Let's just see here. I feel like the grandmother was the more important witness for her.
Aside from, were you aware if your daughter had any car accidents?
Objection, cautious hearsay.
I withdraw the question.
Fuck's sake.
Were you advised that your daughter had a car accident in 2021 and 2023?
Objection, hearsay, and foundations.
So this is basically what we got going on here. Okay, great. So we're going to just go ahead. So now we get to the grandmother. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Ms. Schmidt. You're Emani Ellis' grandmother?
I am.
You live in Las Vegas?
I do.
And what did you do for a living before you retired?
I work for City National Bank
For how many
here in
years?
LA.
How many years?
Probably 12 years, 13 years. I retired from there.
Did you, you are, I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Every witness, he can't get a question out before he strikes himself 3 words in. That is wild.
On how many, what type of basis would you see Emani Ellis over the last 8 years?
She tries to come see me every month, unless business takes her elsewhere. She's there almost every month.
What if we go a little further? When she was born in 1992 up until the present, you saw her regularly?
I saw her every week. every week. In fact, when she came home from the hospital, she came to me. Her mother.
Okay, so we're gonna skip this initial history here. The whole point is like gonna get to, did she see the scar, basically, right? There it is. There's the question. This is the only point. This is why she's here.
Do you know how Emani Ellis got the scar to her face?
There it is.
Foundation bleeding.
I mean, fucking incredible.
Are you aware that Emani Ellis was assaulted and battered in 2018?
Counsel, again, focus on what she knows.
Do you know if Emani Ellis was ever assaulted?
Yes, I do. But she called me almost after it.
Oh, fuck it. So any knowledge that she has came from the plaintiff telling her, right?
What are some of the changes? Well, start that. Did you notice a change in Emani Ellis in some point in her life?
Well, after this incident, she was depressed. She was really disappointed. I think she liked Cardi before the incident, and she was shocked that she was reacted that way. And she just was depressed. And every time she relived it, listening to her music on the radio, and it was kind of, she couldn't really avoid it. So it affected her because she couldn't make it right.
And
She couldn't make it right. Isn't that interesting?
the incident you were just telling us about, when approximately did it happen to your knowledge?
Well, it was right after my birthday, but it was, I don't know what the year was, but it was a long time ago.
When is your birthday?
February 16th.
If I told you the incident happened on February 24th of 2018, would that refresh your
Yeah,
recollection?
yeah, that sounds pretty clear. I don't know. You said 2018?
Yes.
Yeah, that's about right.
And you noticed a change in your granddaughter after 2018,
Yeah.
right after your birthday?
Yeah.
Did you see the scar to Emani Ellis's face after February 24th of 2018?
Objection, foundation bleeding.
You can answer.
I can't? Yeah, I did. She was, she's a pretty girl. She wants to maintain her face, and it was like it damaged her face, and she was trying to make that right.
All right. Now, let's take it from birth, 1992 up until February 24th.
Let's take it from birth. Let's not. Let's take it from birth. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, but look at that. This is still saying the scar is still present now. Again, we saw her face when she testified. Okay. So here we go. Cross exam.
I take it you love your granddaughter, correct?
Yeah.
And you're here to help her, right?
Well, if I can.
Thank you. And I apologize for objecting. It's one of the things that I have to do in order to
I
be a lawyer.
understand. I understand.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And you don't need evidence to believe her. She's your granddaughter, right?
She either has it or she doesn't. I mean, you either see it or you don't.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
You know she was employed as a security guard, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes, what?
That's a yes.
Yes.
yeah, sometimes it's hard for the court reporter if someone says,
Okay.
So, you knew she was employed as a security guard, and you know that she was fired after the alleged incident at Cardi.
Objection, misstates the testimony.
No, that's
Consistent.
Well, let me go back. You knew that she was employed as a security guard, right?
Yes.
And were you aware she was fired?
Objection calls for speculation.
Over.
But
You can answer the question. Were you aware that she was fired as a security guard?
it was my understanding she was told that she was going to be fired
Okay.
by Cardi.
okay.
Were you aware that at the time, 2 days after the incident, she apologized to the security guard company for her own misconduct that day of the alleged incident?
I told you she's a person that tries to make sure everything is straightened out, so she apologized for what she saw as a disturbance, I think.
Were you aware that she apologized to the security company that employed her for her own misconduct?
Objection calls for speculation.
Did she ever tell you?
No, I didn't discuss that with her.
Did she ever tell you that she told the company that employed her that Cardi scratched her on her nose, not her cheek?
Objection, misstates the document.
Over.
She didn't tell you that, did she?
What?
She didn't tell you
just
that.
she was like, her finger was all over her face. So, I mean, it could be
Is it anywhere? Oh my fucking god, dude. This is insanity.
anywhere.
Wow, she literally says that. I didn't actually know she was going to say that. I was making a joke.
You only saw a scar, you say,
On her cheek.
On her cheek. You never saw any scar on her nose, did you?
Unreal.
No, I don't know. They didn't.
Did you notice a scar on her nose, ma'am?
No.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Oh.
And I think that's all the questions that I have for you. Thank you.
All right, you're right.
Yes, Ron.
Great. Okay. So now they take a lunch break, moving right along to the next plaintiff witness. So this is a therapist who treated the plaintiff as part of like her evaluation for workers' compensation. So we'll just listen to a little bit of this, and then it's time for Cardi to take the stand.
The corporation would submit a bill and would get paid at a later time.
And
sometimes they're denied, correct?
Correct.
Do you know if yours was granted or denied?
I cannot recall.
Now, I really want to understand one thing. As a psychologist, if I came to you and I said, I broke my middle finger, I injured my left shoulder, I broke my knee, I broke my back, I fell on the ground and I hit my head and I've got a big bruise on my head and I have psychological issues, would you really be focusing on the physical or would you be more focused on the psychological?
I would focus on the psychological injuries that were a result of the physical injuries.
Okay. So it would be nice to know those details, but you probably wouldn't write verbatim, word for word, the physical injuries, correct?
My focus would be the psychological injuries.
So if there were physical injuries here, for example, if there was a scar or a scratch or something physical and it's not perfectly mentioned here, does that mean it didn't occur?
This might actually talk.
I don't know how to answer that question. Usually, from what I can recall, if it's documented in one of the intake forms, I will address it or mention it, but I can't recall whether it was or was not.
Are you aware that in this case, the defense has designated Dr. James Rosenberg as a psychiatrist in this case? Are you aware of that?
No.
Okay. Are you aware that Dr. Rosenberg will not be testifying about any physical injury?
Objection, Your Honor.
If the patient that you see does tell you about their physical injuries, and you do want to know about it and put it in your report, or would you then come up with a diagnosis as to the physical injury or not?
No.
You don't treat any physical injuries, correct?
No.
If Emani Ellis came to you that day on February 24th, 2018 with a cut in her face, would you do anything to treat the cut?
No.
What would you tell her? You tell her to leave and go to the hospital or go to a medical doctor, correct?
If a patient comes and they have
The point of this, and it's hard to tell because this is the plaintiff's attorney and it sucks, but what they're trying to get at here is like, you know, when Emani Ellis saw this therapist trying to get a workers' compensation claim after she got fired, after this incident happened, you know, she, like I said, she had to be evaluated. And part of this whole thing, the question that any normal person would be asking themselves is, did this therapist happen to see any cuts on her face, right? Because we don't have really anything to go off of apart from her testimony. So like we need evidence of injury to the face, right? So it's like, oh, okay, well, she went to see this therapist and she's there, you know, for a workers' compensation thing, you know, and like da-da-da. So like, did this therapist note any injuries? So she didn't. So what's happening here is plaintiff's counsel is trying to get out ahead of that. This witness is supposed to be helping them, right? But he's trying to get out ahead of the fact that she didn't notice any of that by, you know, asking questions, getting to the fact of like, well, that's not your job. You're not there to treat physical injuries, da-da-da, right? But we're going to jump to cross because, of course, that's going to be more succinct and this will make more sense when we hear that line of questioning on cross, I think.
And then you say after that the individual then proceeded to put her finger in the applicant's face, almost touching her nose. Did you use that?
Okay. So this is still direct examination, and he is reading from her report, which he shouldn't be doing anyway. But anything that's in her report as to the events that happened came from, guess what? The plaintiff telling her what happened, right?
Sentence for treatment of this patient?
no.
But why are all of these statements in your report?
Again, just capturing the client's report in this case.
Okay. And
Capturing the client's report.
you say capturing, did you record it or is it something that you heard and then later on went and made your report?
Are you asking if I wrote them in my own words or if the information was captured from the
I mean,
other?
I guess time passes. So for example, if your patient comes in and gives you a history of what happened to them and you're not recording them and you're not typing it out right there and then, things could be lost in time, details. Some of them are, some of them are not. So the question is, are you taking down the history in real live time, like that camera with a 30-minute delay? Or is it something where you hear the history, maybe take down some notes, and you come back a month later and write your report?
In real life time, the camera with a 30 minutes.
What's that?
It's in real life time, like the camera.
You do it that way?
Yes.
You had her on video?
Not on video, but either I used a dictation machine or I wrote it down myself.
So if you write it down yourself, do you write down every single word in this
Oh
report?
my fucking God, I can't. This is painful. Also, do you guys remember that when the plaintiff was on the stand, he did that same suggestion like who was it? Was it Lolly or was it Brennan? The whole thing about memories getting better with time. He did that same thing with the plaintiff in this case. But with her, you know, just a few seconds ago, he was saying that, you know, memories fade over time. So just anyway, let's just see where, if we can get to cross here.
Within the previous report I reviewed.
Okay. Anything else?
This is still direct.
Party admissions.
Your Honor, I wasn't.
He's already questioned on the same document.
We're not gonna argue it back and forth. You can ask her questions.
Okay, let's act. There's a bit of a little kerfuffle, so that's always exciting. Let's see what's going on here. Okay.
Just show it to her.
I don't remember you asking, but do you object to it being published?
Yes.
Based on hearsay grounds?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sustained.
I'm sorry, based on,
Hearsay grounds?
it's the, what I'm
Can you
looking,
take it off? The film starts.
Oh my fucking God. Hold on. What are they talking about? So I think that plaintiff's counsel, without doing anything, just took something and put it up on the Elmo and didn't offer it in evidence or anything.
showing her. Is there a way to make that a little bit more visible to people?
Your Honor, I would object to showing the document because she doesn't have her medical file, and it's a hearsay document that was prepared by Management Inc., and I was not provided the opportunity to show it to her.
I don't remember you asking, but do you object to it being published?
Yes.
Based on hearsay grounds?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sustained.
I'm sorry, based on,
Hearsay grounds?
it's the, what I'm
Can you
looking,
take it off? The film starts.
what I'm
Oh my God.
going to focus
Why
on,
don't you take the document down for now?
he's doing that now.
Well, there's the judge for whoever. So I think Pat Randall was asking if there's a judge. Why don't you take the document down for now? What a fucking mess.
What I'm going to focus on are her recording of plaintiff's own statements, which are, of course, plaintiff party admissions.
Your Honor, I wasn't.
He's already questioned her on the same document.
We're not gonna argue it back and forth. You can ask
Oh, this is actually cross-exam. Jesus.
questions if you want to put the document in front of her and ask her questions about it, that's fine, but we're not gonna publish it at this point in time.
Okay. If you could look in the blue book for Exhibit 206, it should be tabbed probably towards the end.
So, okay. I don't even know if there's anything else really that's all that important. Oh wait, this part here. Okay, this part becomes a point of contention.
The last sentence of the first paragraph.
As to that information, that sentence?
Yes, thank you.
As to that information, I declare under penalty or perjury that the information accurately describes the information provided to me, and accept as noted herein that I believe it to be true.
And is it correct that what you verified under perjury was that you had correctly recorded what plaintiff told you?
Correct.
Okay. Did you at any point, anywhere in this document, in this verification page or otherwise, verify that what she was telling you was true?
No.
There it is. So
Now,
this
if you
is
go
very,
back-
like, very reminiscent of Amber Heard, right? The self-reporting, right?
To the second page, the first paragraph after history of the incident as reported by the patient, could you read the first three words?
Your Honor, I would object because she's not an expert and also hearsay.
I'm not sure. It's the first three words of what?
Of Exhibit 206, where she confirms that she is, the statements that counsel read
Oh,
are the statements of the Thank you.
The applicant reports.
Right. And third paragraph, the first three words.
Miss Ellis reports.
And could you read the last sentence of that after Miss Ellis reports?
Yeah, objection, he's only picking and choosing words that he likes. You should read the whole thing as a whole.
please open the speaking objections.
I apologize, Your Honor. Objection for completeness.
This overruled them.
Which paragraph again?
Yeah, the paragraph that begins Miss Ellis reports. I'm only asking you to read the last sentence, full sentence, complete. Don't leave anything out.
Her nails were really long, almost touching the applicant's nose.
Right. Is there? Let's go to the second.
Your Honor, for purposes of completeness, I would ask.
You can do it, address it on redirect.
Let's go to the third page. Can you read the first full heading in bold on the third page?
Associated physical symptoms.
Right. Is there any mention, well, first of all, is this a portion of the report where you record any physical symptoms that plaintiff reported?
Yes.
And even though this is a psychological report, you in fact, as a matter of practice and in this document, documented any, would have mentioned any physical symptoms that she had, correct?
Objection calls for expert opinion.
Overruled.
Correct.
Anywhere in that, well, actually, could you read for the jury, please, the complete associated physical symptoms that plaintiff reported to you 2 months after the alleged incident.
Objection, I would ask that counsel can read and not the witness.
Okay.
Ms. Ellis reports that she experiences headaches at least 4 to 5 times a week that last several hours. She is also sleeping more than she used to.
That's it. No mention of a scar?
Not in this statement.
No mention of any physical injury?
Not in this report.
And you took down this information that's in this report as plaintiff provided it to you, as you put it at the time.
This is maybe the best part of this, right? Because again, this is who she's seeing for this workers' compensation claim after this incident. And she reported no injuries at the time, present time, right? Related to the actual incident. No injuries from this incident.
That she said, correct?
You're welcome, Pat.
Correct.
And you verified at the end, under penalty of perjury, that you had correctly recorded what she said, correct?
Correct.
If you look at the page 2 of this exhibit, 206, and let's go to the fourth paragraph. Do you see the language, it turned into a screaming match?
Same objection, Your Honor. He's
Okay.
Correct.
And that's in quotes, isn't it?
Yes.
And that is what the plaintiff told you, right? She didn't mention any
She's quoting what the plaintiff said, that it turned into a screaming match. In other words, yeah.
physical symptoms. She just said it turned into a screaming match. Is that correct?
According to the report.
Do you have any reason to doubt that the report is correct or inaccurate?
No.
And in fact, you verified at the time under penalty of perjury that it was correct.
According to what the applicant reported.
Right. And I apologize. That's an important distinction. That it correctly reported what plaintiff said, right?
Correct.
You were not verifying that she was telling the truth, were you?
No, typically do not verify
Yep.
unless provided with other reports.
Yep. Okay. With that, I think we are ready for the main attraction of this day. Let's jump right ahead. We're going to time for Cardi B, guys. Y'all ready? Let's go.
plaintiff called defendant Cardi B as a hostile witness.
Ma'am, may I please have you stand right next to the court reporter? Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly state that the testimony you may give in the cause not pending before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you. May I please have you state and spell your first and last name for the record?
My name is Delphine. My name is Louise.
May I please have you spell it?
The subtitles thought she said her name is Bill. That's great.
The whole thing?
First and second.
Okay. BELTELISKLMANDA.
Great, thank you. You may take a seat, please. I'll watch your step.
Okay. Before we get into her testimony, so you might notice it says direct examination. You might think, what? She's how's that working out? So because you might say, well, think, oh, it's cross, right? Because it's the other attorney. So the reason it's direct exam is because he's calling her as a hostile witness. It's still the plaintiff's case in chief. And so it's direct exam. So whoever is the one that calls the witness, right? It's direct exam. But because she is the defendant in this case, right? He's calling her as a hostile witness, which means he's going to be able to question her as if he's cross-examining her. However, technically it's direct exam because it's still the plaintiff's case in chief, and they're the ones that are calling her to the stand. So hopefully that makes sense. Well, when we get to her own attorney, it'll be cross-exam, even though that's counterintuitive. All right. Meg! Woo!
Thank you all for coming back. Good afternoon, Ms. Almanzar. Do you prefer I call you Ms. Almanzar, Cardi B, or it doesn't matter?
I mean, you can call me Cardi.
Y'all.
You feeling better today?
Maybe.
And I'll need you to speak up now.
Yeah.
Hard to hear you.
Yeah, a little better.
Your birthday is October 11, 1992.
Yes.
You're left-handed.
Yes.
Awesome.
Are you the firstborn child?
To my mom.
Did you take
This is wild, right? He has no plan. No plan.
any medication, drugs, or alcohol that would affect
What's
your
the
ability to
actual thought?
testify?
No.
What the fuck?
On the date of the incident, did you have black hair, blonde hair, or different color hair?
I quite don't remember. I do know I had a hoodie on.
Okay. Yesterday you had black hair, short hair. Today is blonde and long. Which one is your?
Here we go. So, Kat Raynal, to your question about the hair. Okay.
Okay. Yesterday you had black hair, short hair. Today is blonde and long. Which one is your real hair? Or are they both real?
Weird.
They're wigs.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't know that. It's a good week today then.
He didn't know that, guys. What a good sport she is for this.
Do you have any affiliation at this time with a gang?
Fuck's sake! Oh, to the gang? To the gang? I swear. What is
Your fingernails. Can you show them to us for all of us to see? How long are those
Here we
fingernails?
go.
Just your best estimate.
Just your best estimate. Just guess.
How would you take a ruler to it? If you were to give your estimate, is that half an inch, 1 inch, 2
I
inches?
think less than it has to be less
I really feel like with all the talk about the length of fingernails, shouldn't we be taking a ruler to it? Shouldn't we be doing that?
than an inch.
And,
Way less than an inch.
can you show them to us again? Are they pointy?
These are not, to me, are not pointy. They're like circle, oval,
Okay. Are those your real nails or are they fake nails?
fake nails.
If I wanted you to change them to 3-inch nails,
Mhm.
how long would it take for you to do that right now?
Well, it really depends. Like these,
This is like already, guys, it's like this is when you're like, oh my God, she's the shit. Right off the bat, like we're a couple questions in and listen how she answers this, just like, dude.
these are like glued on, so they will be a little bit quicker. Sometimes I do acrylic, which could last me on for 2 weeks. I will literally have to take like 2 hours to melt them off if they're acrylically on.
On December 24th, 2018, do you remember going to 8920 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills?
December?
I'm sorry. February 24th of 2018.
Right.
Do you remember going to 8920 Wilshire Boulevard?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the answer was yes or no?
Yeah, yes. This is-
Do you know Dr. Aziz Olai, who's in that building?
No,
Do you know Miss Parsi, who's in that building?
no,
Do you know Brianne Soraya, who's in that building?
no.
Who do you know in that building?
Well, at the time, I went to see Dr. Finke. I had an appointment with him that day. So that's who I went to see that day. Do I personally know him? No,
When you went to see him, were you seeing him as a friend or as a patient?
as a patient.
And when you went to see him, it was a Saturday, correct?
Yes,
And you filled out an intake form and you signed some other documents that he would be your treating doctor, correct?
no, for that day, yes. I don't live in LA,
I
so
understand. You came all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, correct?
Jersey and Atlanta.
Understood.
He was on tour.
So when you went to see Dr. Finke on February 24th of 2018,
Mhm.
when you went to see him, you went to see him as a patient, correct?
Yes.
And you got medical treatment from him, whether it was for 1 minute or an hour or longer, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How much time did you spend?
You need to answer yes or no.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Thank you. How long did you spend with the doctor that day?
I'll say about 25 to 30 minutes. Around that time.
So for anyone who's not familiar, she was pregnant at the time with her first child, and she was seeing this doctor because she was traveling, she was on tour, what have you. It was her first pregnancy, and at the time she had not gone public with this, right? And so she chose this doctor for the fact that he is in Beverly Hills and he does, I think, a lot of celebrities, he's an OBGYN for celebrities and people who want to protect their privacy when they go to an OBGYN, right? And because of that, he offers these services on a Saturday where they close the rest of the building down, and basically you can, as a celebrity or whatever, you can go in and have your appointment. So that's the deal. This was a Saturday, and she went for this private appointment with this private doctor, an OBGYN, and at the time, you know, it hadn't come out. She hadn't told anybody that she was pregnant. but she was just wanting to check up and make sure that everything was okay because it was her first pregnancy. And again, she was on tour and that's why she was seeing him, and he's not her normal doctor. So
That much.
And when you were there on that date with Dr. Finke, did he examine you?
Yes, he examined my baby for a little bit.
And what baby was that? What number?
Number 1.
Oh, that was the first child you ever had.
That's my first child, yes.
And you were 25 years old at the time.
Yes.
You're aware that Plaintiff was the same age as you at the time?
No.
you know where he's going with that, right?
Besides examination, what did Dr. Finke do for you? Objection?
Assisting. We're not here for her medical care.
Yes, sir. Did you keep Dr. Finke's, well, sorry, who referred you to Dr. Finke?
I asked somebody to find me like a very upscale private doctor. So I was like, I need to go to the doctor's like tomorrow. Like I feel so weird. And they were like, we're gonna find somebody. And that's just how it goes.
When you were outside in the hallway, before you entered Dr. Finke's office, did you see this individual, Emani Ellis, in the hallway?
She was waiting for, she was right in front. As soon as the door of the elevator opened, she was waiting, I guess, for the elevator. She was going inside the elevator.
And you were coming outside of the elevator?
Yes.
Do you know approximately what time it was when this occurred?
About, I guess, like in the afternoon, 1 o'clock, around there. Yeah, 1 something.
Have you ever seen Dr. Finke either before or after February 24th of 2018?
No.
When you went to Dr. Finke's office, your security guard drove you there?
Yes.
And his name is Karan Newton?
He was my security guard. Yes.
Did you have more than one?
It depends, but he was just my main one, yes, at the time.
Did he go up with you to the medical place?
No, I didn't want him to know that I was going to an OBGYN.
You didn't want your security guard to know that?
No.
Why?
First and first, I didn't want people to know that I was pregnant. Second, I was a little like, I don't want a guy that I work with to know I'm going to a vagina doctor.
Guys. I mean, right though? That's the thing. She's real AF, as the kids might maybe say.
Did you trust your security guard?
In certain ways, yes. In certain ways, no. I don't know. Sometimes you just really don't trust everybody in your business. You don't want everybody in your business.
Right.
Do you remember what floor you were on when you exited the elevator?
The 5th floor.
Yeah, thank you guys. 100%.
At any time did your security guard come into the building after learning about there being some kind of incident in the building?
He was waiting for me, like, not necessarily like inside. He was like waiting for me like by the exit, like by the door. Around there, yeah.
Do you remember the building?
Yes.
You remember
Well, I kind of remember, but I do know that he was waiting for me by the door.
And you're talking about the lobby area where
Yes.
you take the stairs up?
Mm-hmm.
So he was inside the building or right outside?
I don't really recall, but he was like, maybe it wasn't the inside, it wasn't the outside, but he wasn't like in, like deep in. He was like waiting for me by the door. And the door, he had it open for me to come out.
All right. So would you consider that your security guard was with you at the time, whether it was upstairs, downstairs? In your mind, would you agree that your security guard was with you at the building? Is that fair?
No.
Was your security guard with you in the lobby of the building at 8920 Wilshire Boulevard on February 24, 2018?
In the lobby, yes, when I was exiting. When I was
But
exiting.
He was in the lobby with you?
In the
right?
lobby. I can't say he was with me because we was leaving. He never went upstairs, so.
Okay. Do you know if your security guard, Karan Newton, spoke with Miss Ellis at any time that day?
He did not tell me he spoke to her at all.
Do you know if he did?
He told me he didn't. So I'm
Did
gonna
you
go with
ask
his
him?
word. No, because I was like, I told him like what happened upstairs. He was like, damn, I should have went upstairs.
Right. So that's the thing, right? This entire altercation happened upstairs, right? And the security guard is down on the first floor at the front door, as she's explaining. Now, it seems like this plaintiff's counsel is really wanting to make believe that the security guard, her security guard, was present for any of this, which is just absolute. That's not supported by anything, including the plaintiff's own story. It's just we're back to we're on par with the Lexus launching off into space here, guys, with this. What he's trying, I mean,
Well, he never told me that he spoke or seen her, so I wouldn't know.
You came to this courthouse with another fine gentleman security guard, correct?
Yes.
Objection, relevance.
And when you go to different places with your security guard, if an incident occurs where you're threatened, or you're injured, or anything happens,
Yes.
aren't they supposed to come help you?
Objection, relevance.
Well,
You don't have to ask. When the incident occurred, did you call your security guard or send him a text message or do anything to let your security guard who was with you know that something happened where you wanted his help?
Objection, argumentative as to with.
I told him like, yo, you wouldn't even believe what just happened upstairs. And he was like, what happened? And I practically told him like, I'll tell you later, like when I leave. I'm like, wait for me. But I told him like, wait for me downstairs, like by the door. And that's what I told him.
If you were in any danger, would you call your security guard or would you call the police or would you call both or do nothing? Did you feel that you were in danger on February 24th, 2018 when you were upstairs on the 5th floor?
For like those 50 seconds, yeah. After I went to my appointment and like the argument just passed me, I didn't even mind it anymore.
yeah. Good girl. She's awesome.
Did your attorney show you a photograph of Dr. Finke to refresh your recollection as to who the doctor was that you saw on that date?
Yes.
And you had a different set of attorneys before, in 2022 and 2023. Did they do the same thing?
No, they didn't.
So, do you know what's discovery?
Yes.
What are form interrogatories?
Oh, honey, I don't know what that means.
What is special interrogatories?
I do not know.
What are requests for admissions? You don't know, right? Is that fair? You don't know?
No.
You do know?
No.
And when your attorney responded to the written discovery on your behalf, did he or she show you the discovery responses? Did they email you a copy of it?
I mean, I will have to see what you're asking me.
I will show it to you. May I
Yeah,
approach, Your Honor?
it doesn't.
To show her the discovery only? Sure. Thank you, Your Honor. Yes.
Who knows? I mean,
For
he
identification.
has no plan, so I think he's just asking things that, it's just.
Purposes, it is form
I
interrogatories.
think maybe he's hoping that the jury will just think that he's accomplishing something if he's just like keeps her on the stand for a long time and asks her a lot of questions, that the jury will just be like, oh, that was a lot of questions. Here you go, plaintiff, have $24 million. I mean, it's really offensive, though.
Set one dated September 30th of 2022. That's what it is. Okay. Just I'm going to show you this document. You can take a look at these papers. Those documents at any time in your life.
I'm not quite sure. I don't think so, no. Well,
And I'm going to show you, with the court's permission, the responses which were drafted and served on January 17th of 2023. May I approach, Your Honor? Documents. Receiving these documents from anyone, whether it was your attorney, the attorney's paralegal, a family member, anybody. Did they ever show you these documents when they responded on your behalf?
this one I saw. This one I saw.
Okay, you saw that one.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to go over it with you. On the one that you're on the right, if you can look at 12.1. You see the question, 12.1? It would be, I believe, on the 6th or 7th page. And it will ask if there are any witnesses
to this incident.
Yeah. Well, can you
There's not a question. Can you-
point it to me?
I'm sorry?
Point
Show
it
it
to
to
me.
you.
Yeah. Sure.
She's awesome.
approach her?
Dude. I love her.
It's on page 5, under 12.1.
Mm-hmm.
Did your attorney ask you if there were any witnesses to this incident?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna avoid attorney-client privilege conversation.
Attorney
Well,
client.
she noticed the discovery
Well-
issue that the subject
On a discovery issue, Your Honor, I'm asking her question about it.
Remember how just a few minutes ago the judge admonished counsel for the speaking objections? You guys remember that? And he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know."
Well, this, Your Honor, this is the discovery issue that the subject
On a discovery issue, Your Honor, I'm asking her question about if there's any witnesses.
I mean, having said that, it's a speaking objection, even though he's not the one that's objecting. He's just arguing back, but he's the one who's doing the bad things.
And it's for impeachment purposes. Okay, and if you look at the response, there's a response there. In the 50-page document to your left,
100%.
may I show it to her, Your Honor?
Right?
No, I totally agree with you, Kit Smith. Kit Smith is saying there's plenty of witnesses we've seen, for example, Jen McCabe, who, if they did that point it to me thing, it would have come across as obnoxious or evasive. Not here. 100%. She was trying to help him. Like, that point it to me was trying to help him because he's a hot fucking mess. And the papers are all disorganized and the discovery's a mess. And like, I think there's plenty of times too that when she's on the stand and other witnesses where he references a certain line of something and it's the completely wrong page and the wrong thing. So, you know, that was a completely understandable for her to say, point it to me. And I completely agree that there's definitely times where people that we see do that in a means to be, you know, passive aggressive or whatever. You know, evasive, like obnoxious, like Kit Smith was saying, but this was just very genuine. And again, I mean, you know, she's trying to help her find the thing, you know, so he can ask his dumbass question. 100%. Was it?
Sorry, can you identify by page and line? I'm not sure what it means by showing.
I can show it to you
There it is. Can you identify it by page and line?
first if you'd like.
But I just, what do you,
I wanted her to talk about the response.
Oh my God, there's the judge.
all right.
That's
He's like, what are we doing?
read the question. May I read the question when I go back to my seat?
It's your direct counsel.
Thank you.
Oh my God. May I read the question? May I go back to my seat? And the judge says it's your direct counsel. It's painful. I just support. I don't know where the plaintiff found this lawyer. Like, I don't know, Temu, right? Or like, is Craigslist still a thing? Or like, I don't even know. It's wild.
So first, I want to ask you if this is your signature on page 47. Is that your signature?
It could be because if it's like by electronic, that's how I sign. Like,
You guys, isn't that all of us though? And her little demonstration or like the way she's acting it out, like totally 100%. And it's so refreshing, right? Do we ever see a witness like this ever? No. Like, this is amazing.
it could be because if it's like
For somebody who's so super famous, she literally gives no fucks about coming across as either whatever, like, you know, whether you might want to call it dorky or nerdy or whatever, like this is just who she is, right? It's just so genuine. I just appreciate that so much, man. I adore it. Yeah.
by electronic, that's how I sign. Like,
You know, she's not trying to be like, well, you know, she's not trying to be fancy or be like, pretend like, you know, like we see this oftentimes, people on the stand, right? They would be asked a basic question like that and they feel like they're supposed to answer it in some formal, fancy way that is not how they would talk in real life and blah, blah, blah. And she's just like that. It's just amazing. I just love it.
It could be, because if it's like by electronic, that's how I sign, like.
Yes. Yes.
And the question that I showed you, 12.1, was say, you want to read it or you want me to read it?
You can read it.
State the name, address, and telephone number of each individual who witnessed the incident. This is A, subparagraph A. Or the events occurring immediately before or after the incident.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the question is.
Yes.
As you sit here today, is it your testimony that Dr. Finke is a witness to the incident?
Absolutely.
He is a witness.
Yes. She knows. She was there.
I
Is
love
Dr.
this.
Finke outside speaking with you?
Outside where?
On
Y'all.
February 24th?
I love this. So the way, and she says this a couple different times during her testimony, where she's like, she knows she was there because she's like, in her, okay, this comes across, I just love this. She's like confused as to why he's asking her because it's like, she's like, this is what happened. Like y'all, I love it.
That Dr. Finke is a witness to the incident.
Absolutely.
He is a witness.
Yes. She knows. She was there.
Is Dr. Finke outside speaking with you?
Outside where?
On February 24th, 2018.
Outside like,
In the hall.
yes.
He came out of his office?
Yes.
And your response in 12.1, this is what you responded with your attorney's assistance.
For real.
I won't hold you 100% at fault for it, but question, I withdraw. I apologize.
Fuck, dude.
The response is, responding party incorporates by reference the preliminary statement and general objections set forth above, subject to and without waiving the foregoing objections. Responding party responds as follows. Responding party may be contacted through defendant's counsel. Emani Ellis may be contacted through plaintiff's counsel. And then it says, unknown staff / employees at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, including at least 2 such persons who intervened during the incident. The discovery is continuing. Were you at Cedars-Sinai Hospital or Cedars-Sinai Medical Center when this incident occurred?
No.
Okay.
But to my knowledge, Dr. Finke works also for Cedars-Sinai, but we wasn't for Cedars-Sinai.
Is there any reason why your attorney or your prior attorney, yes, sir, and at the time when you saw Dr. Finke, you knew his name at that time, correct?
I didn't know his name. And for a while, when I was getting asked by lawyers like his name and like the receptionist's name, I didn't know it because I saw him one time. So I kind of like just forgot about him.
But when your attorney asked you for the name for purposes of trial, then you did remember the name.
I didn't remember the name. I told him there was 2 witnesses, the receptionist and the doctor. I told him it was a doctor. My doctor came out at the time, the guy that checked me, and the receptionist. She knows. She was there.
Love it.
He was there.
Who knows?
The plaintiff. She knows.
How do you know she knows?
Because that's what separated. That's what separated and got in between us while we was verbally arguing.
I love it because it's like in her mind, it's like, this is what happened, right? It's like there's only one reality. Like she's not even questioning it. She's like, yeah, she was there. She knows that's what happened. As in, I live here in reality where this is what happened. And if you were there, that's what you saw happen. It's like not even a possibility to her that there could be a different reality, which I mean, great. Yes. Excellent. Right. I mean, it's just refreshing.
The female receptionist, she came out first and she started like telling her like, you're security, what are you doing? And then that's when the doctor came out. He's like, go to my office. And that's when I just walked away, and that was the last of it.
Okay. And
So for anyone who's hearing that and thinking, wait, there were witnesses? How come the plaintiff didn't call them? Right, they don't. But don't worry, Cardi B calls them when it gets to their case in chief. They call the witnesses.
one question, 12.1 subparagraph D. State the name, address, and telephone number of each individual who you or anyone acting on your behalf claim has knowledge of the incident. You just testified that Karan Newton was downstairs in the lobby on the day of the incident. You also testified
Yeah,
that You told him different things about the incident. What is the reason, this is the question, what is the reason you did not disclose
Exactly.
Karan Newton's name in discovery?
Because he wasn't upstairs.
And wait for the objection.
Yeah, this is obvious. What a dumbass question. You guys, this is so. It would be gaslighting if there was any more like meat to this, any more substance to this, but it's just too dumb to be actual gaslighting. Because he's like, there's a supposition here. Okay, let me back up. So let's get the question.
Things about the incident.
I
What
mean,
is the
compound as fuck, but
reason, this is the question, what is the reason you did not disclose Karan Newton's name in discovery?
Because
what is the reason you did not disclose Karan Newton's name in discovery? That's her bodyguard. The assumption here, right, with this question is that her bodyguard was present for any of this. It makes me want to bang my head against a wall because as we've heard already a million times, the bodyguard didn't witness any of it. He was on the first floor.
he wasn't upstairs.
Yes.
Person that's here present to the testimony, it's compound, it's irrelevant
Yes.
to the merits of the
Thank
case.
you. Yes.
In written discovery, were you asked to provide the name of your security guard?
Your Honor,
Yeah, but why don't we, I don't know what you're trying to impeach her on, because
And the judge is intervening, you guys. Oh.
yeah, but why don't we, I don't know what you're trying to impeach her on, because she hasn't testified.
He was going to say, I don't know what you're trying to do, but then he's changed it to, I don't know what you're trying to impeach her.
Anything else. You're saying it's impeachment, but you're not impeaching anything.
Did you respond to special interrogatory set 1 through your attorney?
Your Honor.
All right, the court's going to sustain its own 352 objection. Why don't you move on?
Why don't you move on?
Do you consider Karan Newton to be a witness in this case? Okay?
No.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Sustained. I need you to move on. This case isn't about discovery. You want to move on to what it is about.
Oh, shit! Oh, y'all, the judge said you might want to move on to what this is about. You guys, though, the fact that she does not crack a smile or laugh when the judge says that, I would not be capable. You gotta hand it to her.
You might want to move on to what it is about.
Amazing.
Is Tierra Malcolm a witness to this case?
Counsel, please.
Do you know of who the witnesses are?
All right, we're going to take a break, folks. Why don't we...
Oh my God, y'all, the judge. I don't think I saw this part or heard this part when I watched this before. Oh my God, he's about to get, dude.
10-minute break. We'll resume at 3:55. In the meantime, please do not discuss the case with anyone, including other jurors. Don't form any opinions or do any research.
Oh my God, he's taking a break. I mean, either it's just for his own sanity, him being the judge, or, yep, here we go. They're going to discuss this. Okay. All right, you guys ready? Holy shit.
Counsel, let's define what we mean as impeachment. Impeachment is she says something, and you've got evidence that she said something else.
Right.
She said, I didn't know anybody's name. I got sent there. I was seen for a short amount of time. I didn't remember what their names were.
Okay,
And now then you're saying, here's this document that says you don't know what their names were.
okay, so maybe I'm going about it the wrong way. That's
You
why.
absolutely are. You're not listening to the court's direction when I'm asking you to move on.
I'm sorry, I'm not doing it intentionally.
It seems like you are.
I really am not. I understand that.
He keeps saying that for everything, you guys, over and over again. He keeps saying I'm not doing it intentionally. Holy shit.
Court's issues, I want to explain if I may.
Go ahead.
So I was going to ask her if she believes that Karan Newton is a witness in this
He wasn't there. He was in the lobby.
Right, but 12.1 subsection D talks about witnesses that have knowledge about this case.
Now, what knowledge does he have? He was in the lobby.
I was going to ask her. She spoke to him about it. That's what he is.
So, okay, so he was a hearsay witness, but she told him something.
Well, he's a witness.
Okay.
Also, in
So
special.
here's the other issue. You didn't oppose her. If you wanted to ask these questions, you could have taken her deposition.
I understand the issue with that. But there is a special interrogatory number 15, which is on point, which asks a disclosure of the security guard.
Okay.
She didn't disclose his name, but she knows his name.
Okay. So what are we going to do with that?
We're going to have the jury know that she didn't give the name of her security
Oh
guard.
my God.
And what? So in order to be admissible, it has to be relevant. In order to be relevant, it has to be probative. Or so it's got to be more likely to show, approve, or disprove a material fact in the case.
Wow.
None of this has anything to do with any material fact.
Let me explain.
her testimony is that Karan Newton doesn't know anything about this case.
She doesn't say that. She doesn't say that. She said he was in the lobby.
Even better, plaintiff has testified that she has spoken with Karan Newton.
Okay.
It's in the medical records.
Okay.
He's a witness in some form or
So
fashion.
the appropriate means for you to do that is one, to file a motion to compel, or number two, seek evidentiary sanctions, which would have been handled pre-trial. But we're not going to have this witness testifying in trial in front of a jury about discovery issues.
That's fine. The issue is, if it asked her to provide the name of the security guard and she didn't disclose it, why is it not fair? These are under penalty.
Then you file a motion to compel, or you file a motion for evidentiary sanctions. You did neither.
She testified in her discovery that she was alone. Today she testified that she was with Karan Newton. I want to ask her about that.
You already did.
I didn't show her the discovery. She's on point on that issue, Your Honor.
You're going to impeach her with the document saying that she was alone when she was alone in the elevator and the incident happened. That's your impeachment?
My impeachment is she did.
Y'all. Okay, hold on.
You're going to impeach her with the document saying that she was alone when she was alone in the
We're
elevator.
going to impeach her with a document saying that she was alone when she was alone in the elevator when this incident happened. The judge is like, and I think he says like, that's your impeachment.
That's your impeachment?
Oh my God.
My impeachment is she did not reveal that she was with the security guard in the lobby, didn't do anything to provide his information when the other side,
Again, it's a discovery issue, so we're not going to do that.
well, Your Honor, the other side was able to impeach plaintiff
With what?
with this discovery. They went into it at
She offered inconsistent statements in discovery.
That's what's happening here too.
No, she hasn't said anything inconsistent. She said she didn't know the person's name.
She knew
In
Karan.
discovery, she said she didn't know the person's name.
She knew Karan Newton's information. We asked for the name of the security guard.
All right.
She made it appear.
I'm going to ask you to move on. We're not going to get into further discovery issues.
May I just raise one point? I don't want the court to overlook the law. I want to point out this questioning started with a direct contemptuous violation of the order on the motion to eliminate, excluding any mention of gang affiliation, and that's the first question here.
Right, the gang.
Yeah, I don't expect that there's going to be anything further than that. I mean, you knew it was wrong when you said it.
No, I didn't.
You didn't know that there was a specific motion limiting excluding?
The motion limiting, Your Honor, is prior bad acts.
Nope. You might want to look at your trial binder to see
Oh,
specifically what it
that's
says.
Oh my God.
All right?
Oh my God.
All right, we'll resume
Oh my
time.
God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, you guys. Oh. If I was plaintiff's counsel, I would be too mortified to, I would literally run out of the courtroom and like pick a new career. I don't know how you carry on after. Clearly he's used to it. Let's just say that. Clearly he's used to judges talking to him that way, because there's no way that you, I mean, oh, okay. Okay. All right. And here we go.
Yes. All right. And counsel, you want to resume your questioning?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Great.
Aside from Karan Newton, is there anybody else who drove with you to the building on February 24th of 2018?
No.
So now I want to take you a little bit through the incident, bring you back in time. Do you agree that an incident occurred on February 24th, 2018?
It was a verbal incident. Verbal.
But it was an incident, correct?
Objection. Relevance. Ambiguous.
Oh,
Yeah.
I personally feel like if there's no physical touch, there is no incident. There was a verbal altercation. If you think that that's an incident, a verbal altercation, then it's an incident for you. But we both have different opinions. It's a verbal
Oh, this part's
altercation.
great. This part's great.
She didn't hit me, I didn't hit her. There was no touch. So to me, it wasn't no incident.
Was there spitting?
Absolutely not.
Did you spit on Miss Ellis?
No,
Did you call her the N-word?
no.
What is your background? Are you Hispanic, white?
Oh my
something else?
God.
My background?
Yes.
Well,
that's objection.
Of relevance. Yeah.
Sustained.
Yeah.
Would you consider yourself African American?
I consider myself Afro-Caribbean.
Oh my
You-
God.
your turn in a second. Okay. What's your
Oh,
objection?
sorry.
Relevant, Joe?
Sustained.
Have you ever used the N-word with Miss Emani Ellis?
No,
Oh my.
Did you try to take a swing at her?
no.
When you say there was a verbal altercation,
Yes.
do you know what the word altercation means?
Like a conflict.
Like a fight,
Oh my God, I love this part coming up right here.
right?
It was like a verbal fight, but it didn't get physical at all.
When I'm talking to you now, are we having a verbal altercation?
You guys, I love this. When I'm talking to you now, are we having a verbal altercation? And her answer is great.
We having, I'll say, a debate.
Amazing. What a great fucking answer, dude. And she's such a good sport with this attorney who's such a, mad.
We're debating about whether you assaulted and battered Miss Emani Ellis, correct?
It's no, well, I guess so, but I didn't touch her. She didn't touch me, so.
What proof do you have that you didn't touch her?
Objection, relevance, and also,
Sorry for assisting.
Do you have any videos of the incident?
No.
Did you try to get videos of the incident?
I asked if there was videos. Like I told them to, I told my lawyers to check if there was videos, but there's no cameras, I guess, there was no cameras.
When did you ask for that? What year?
I feel like when I got sued, I was like, when I got sued, I was like, oh, I know I didn't touch her. Like, it's like, look for the cameras, because they'll tell you, I ain't touch her.
When you went to the building of 8920 Wilshire Boulevard, and you saw Emani Ellis there on the 5th floor, was she wearing her uniform as a security guard?
Yes. Okay.
You remember it?
Again, you might want to take a breath so your attorney can object.
Are you aware that my office is across the street?
No.
Okay. 8920 Wilshire Boulevard. You remember that number?
So many things. So first of all, why does this matter where his office is located? But second of all, why is he letting everybody know where they can go find him? You guys.
On the 5th floor, was she wearing her uniform as a security guard?
Yes. Okay.
You remember it?
Again, you might want to take a breath so your attorney can object.
Are you aware that my office is across the street?
No.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, why would she know that? Also, you know how I was asking, like, how did the plaintiff find this attorney? You know, I wonder, maybe that's the answer. Maybe the answer is that he's across the street. Oh my God, this would make perfect sense. And that's where the plaintiff was working until she was fired. And it wouldn't, maybe she was just like, oh, that was the first place she saw Lo, literally across the street. And she went there and she was like, great, he's the one for the job. And I wonder if that's how all this happened. Literally just like because he was across the street and he was the first person she talked to. Possible. That or Timu.
920 Wilshire Boulevard. You remember that number? You agree that that's the correct number? The address.
I remember that I went there, but I don't really remember the address and stuff like that. I don't.
Okay. If I show you the building with the number on it, would that help refresh your recollection?
Sure.
I don't have to really waste time if you don't want me to. When you were sitting here throughout the trial, you saw
I
the
don't have to waste time if you don't want me to. Well, but then what are we doing?
Yes.
I showed, right?
Yes.
Was that the correct building?
Yes.
Oh, and you remember entering the building,
Huh?
you went up some stairs, taking the lobby elevator, and going to the 5th floor, correct?
Yes.
And when you exited, you saw Emani Ellis right there in front of you.
Yes. No. When I exited the elevator,
Okay.
not the building, the elevator.
Correct. On the
Yes.
5th floor.
Mm-hmm.
And there was 3 elevators there?
I do not remember that.
At least two different elevator bays?
I don't remember that. I just remember me getting out the elevator. She was coming in. I was coming out. I could hear her. She was talking on the phone. And she said, oh my God, yo, Cardi B's here. So I kind of speed walk, but I feel.
Okay, so now we're getting into what actually happened at the altercation for anyone who was not familiar. Okay, so I'm going to back it up a second. So here we go. So Cardi's gotten on the elevator. She's going to her appointment. She's getting off the elevator, headed to the OBGYN when she encounters the security guard. Ready?
I was coming out. I could hear her. She was talking on the phone. And she said, oh my God, yo, Cardi B's here. So I kind of speed walk, but I feel her behind me. Then I hear her talking like, oh my God, Cardi B is here. So I turn around and she had her phone. She didn't have it here no more. Now she has it here. And I asked her, yo, why are you recording me? And she clearly looked like the security. She looked like the security guard. She's uniformed down. And I'm like, why are you recording me? Are you security? And she's like, oh my bad. But then I'm walking and I feel her still following me. So like as I'm walking, speed walking, trying to look for the office, I turn around again. I'm like, why are you following me? She's like, because I can. It's like, no, you can't. Why are you following me for? Like, ain't you supposed to be security? And she's like, cause I can. He's like, no, you can't. And she's like getting closer and closer. Like now she's like in front of me where I can't even like really maneuver. And I'm like, ain't you supposed to be security? Like you grouped out, you're recording me. Now you following me. Like back up. And she's like, I can do what I want. It's like, no, you can't. Like you can't do what you want. And that's when we started arguing.
What did you say?
I was like, you can't do what you want. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's like you invading my privacy, and now we're like chest to chest practically. So I keep telling her like, you need to back up. And I'm thinking to myself like, this girl's big. She's big. She got big black boots on, and I'm like, damn. The hell am I gonna do now? She's literally right in my face, like on my chest, and we're arguing. And I keep telling her to back up. But she's not backing up.
Remember,
and we arguing.
Cardi B is, I think she's 5'2", 5'4", something like that, and she was pregnant with her first child at the time. Okay, and this the plaintiff is, I forget how tall she is. Someone remind me in the chat, but she's big, much bigger, double the size of Cardi almost, and Cardi B's pregnant.
Cursing at each other. I did call her the B word. I did call her a bitch. Like, bitch, get out of my face. I did say, bitch, get the fuck out of my face. You're in my face. You're screaming in my face. We're like literally screaming at each other. And she kept telling me like, you're gonna leave my building. I'm like, I'm not leaving. Like, how you harassing me? I'm not leaving. Like, you telling me, how you telling me to leave? I came to see a doctor. You following me. You're recording me. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to check my cat. You're recording me.
There it is. I'm just trying to check my cat. At first, I didn't know what she was talking about, and then I was like, oh my God, that is amazing. She's trying to get her cat checked, guys.
I'm just trying to check my cat. You're recording me.
Amazing. Love it. Love it.
And we're arguing.
Brilliant.
That's when the receptionist came out. She started
correct twice.
Wilding out like, this bitch hit me. And I'm like, I did not hit her. I'm looking at her like, girl, I can't even hit you if I want to. You're bigger than me and you're pregnant. And she just started wilding out like, this bitch hit me. Then the doctor came out and he's like, go to my office. And after that, I just walk away. That's just that.
Are you aware in the city of Beverly Hills, if a security guard tells you to leave the building, which they are security of, you would be required to do that? Do you agree with that?
Objection to relevance.
A security
calls for a legal conclusion.
Did Miss Emani Ellis tell you that you're causing a disturbance in the building?
No, she was causing a disturbance. She's recording me and following me.
Let's talk about that. Are people allowed to record you if they want to in a public place, which would be the building that you were at?
Objection calls for a legal conclusion. Mischaracterizes.
Do you know if it's okay for someone to videotape you?
Objection calls for a legal conclusion.
When she videotaped you, or maybe she didn't, what proof do you have that she was videotaping you?
She had her phone went from here to right here. And she said, like, yo, Cardi B, like, I seen her. I turned around and I seen it. I seen it with my own eyes.
Did you ever see the actual video recording of you
there you go,
on her phone? Yes or no?
No.
Could it be possible that she was recording you? She was simply holding her phone in front of you. Is that possible?
Objection.
Yes or no?
Calls for speculation.
What proof do you have that you were being recorded by Emani Ellis on February 24, 2018, aside from what you just told us?
Objection.
Do you have any other proof?
Objection has to be answered.
So part of what comes up in this trial is like the timing. Not that any of this even matters. This whole thing is this is an imaginary lawsuit. But the timing of the phone calls, because Emani Ellis was like on the phone and there's like the voicemail and the phone calls. And I think that what it looks like to me, and we're going to find out more as it goes along in the testimony, but my takeaway, and again, this is not a criminal trial and there's like very little evidence because, you know, it's the plaintiff's case, right? And the plaintiff doesn't have like any evidence and it's just a mess anyway. If this was a criminal trial, it'd be completely fucking different, right? But from what we are presented with at this trial, it seems like a fair takeaway would be that she was on the phone, the plaintiff, right? And when she was videoing her, she wasn't doing like a video like the type you would save to your phone, I think what she was doing was she was like FaceTiming or whatever, or video chatting with whoever she was talking to and holding the phone up and showing them her. That was sort of my trying to put all the pieces together. And let me know what, for any of you guys who have watched this trial, what did y'all think was going on? Do you think that there was a video, or was it a video chat, or was there a recording, or what was the deal with that? If you guys have any ideas too. And right, and Kit Smith says, thing is, if plaintiff produced a video, she'd be admitting that yes, she was invading Cardi's privacy. Yep. And so the only way that, so then it would be basically the defense would be trying to obtain that record of the video, if it existed, through subpoenaing the records. And, you know, we don't really get a full idea of what all was done in that regard. But it seems like not a whole lot. Because even when it comes to like her email, that whole thing is a disaster. She's like, yeah, I don't have that email anymore. Like they really just have bits and pieces of what transpired back then. And of course, this was also 2018 when this happened, and the trial happened in 2025. So and the other thing too, just thinking about it, is like, if, you know, given again the lapse in time, it could be too that by the time the defense went to subpoena those records for the phone to see if there was anything like a video, if it wasn't saved to the phone, but let's just say it was like, you know, it would have been somewhere saved to some cloud, or it might not have existed anymore. You know, that's the other thing too. You know how things get overwritten and whatnot. Right. Thank you for reminding me for that, Kitsmits. Of course, plaintiff's phone has since been rehomed. Yep, of course it has.
Isn't it true that you usually wear your nails longer than what they are today?
Oh.
Most of the times, yes, and some of the times, no.
Most of the time, 90% of the time?
Lately, as in so far, I'll say about, in the past year, I'll say about 70.
70% of the
Yes.
time. And when you wear them long, would you agree that they're about 3 inches long?
No, not all the time, no.
2 inches or more?
It really depends.
Why don't we focus? She said in the last year. I don't know how long she has her nails in the last year is relevant to anything.
And when you had them in
That was the judge.
2018, you also wore them long at that time too, correct?
I wear them long, but it really depends on the inches.
Depends on the
How
inches,
long
guys.
were your nails
Very
on February
different.
24, 2018 when you were at the building speaking or arguing or whatever you were doing with Emani Ellis?
They were 1 inch, they were square, coffin squared, and they had flat rhinestones.
Are rhinestones sharp?
No.
So
not-
you know when she says, I mean, I remember hearing this when it happened, and I knew as soon as she said flat rhinestones, I was like, great. Now we all know what he's going to do. He's going to hear that, and he's going to now try to take that and run with it, and to be like, oh, rhinestones, you say? So it was basically a dagger, even though she said flat rhinestones. I mean, it's just, he's got nothing to work with, right? It's
flat rhinestones.
Are rhinestones sharp?
No, not if they're flat. And they weren't 3D, they were flat.
With the nails you have on right now, do you think that these nails are sharper or the ones that you had on the date of the incident?
I believe that they were not sharp that day. They were square. And sometimes, like, when it's acrylic and it's square, it's like a texture. And I always tell this to my nail tech, make sure that like you shape, like when you shape them, don't make them sharp on the side, or don't make them that sharp, because I don't want to.
You don't want to hurt anybody.
I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to hurt nobody. I just, you know what I'm saying?
And
I'm gonna
in the past, when you had them sharp, you did hurt yourself, correct?
I never really hurt myself, but like just in case, I just be like, don't make them too pointy, because I just don't want them to be uncomfortable. Not pointy, but it's like a certain type of sharp that you just don't want.
And if you wanted to scratch or cut Miss Emani Ellis' face, you could have done it with both of your hands, either one or both.
Objection calls for speculation.
Overruled. I'm not saying you did that right now. I'm asking you a different question. Did you understand my question?
I mean, how would I fight? How would I fight somebody?
great.
I am mostly left-handed, so if I was to like do anything, mostly I'll do it mostly with the left hand. I'm really like.
You gotta hand it to her. She's actually answering his question, even though this is so fucking stupid and pointless. And she's like literally thinking it through, like, how would I, like, her answer, guys. She's like, how would I fight somebody? And I love how you can tell that she's actually picturing it in her mind's eye, which is great on so many levels, because it's clear that she's not actually done this, first of all. But second of all, it's just so endearing and so honest. And he does not deserve this graciousness from her at all.
I mean, how would I fight? How would I fight somebody? I am mostly left-handed, so if I was to like do anything mostly, I'll do it mostly with the left hand. I'm really like.
You're good at fighting with your left hand, right?
Objection is fair.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Y'all. How the fuck? If I was to do like anything, I would mostly do. Yo, you guys, listen.
Mostly with the left hand. I'm really like.
You're good at fighting with your left hand, right? Objection.
It makes me want to jump off a cliff. How does this guy have a job? Well, I have held out long enough. I can't. I mean, it's like he's trying to be a meme of himself on purpose. Like, how do you? I don't know.
Are you good at fighting with your left hand?
Objection like foundation.
Something.
Happy Annie! Hi!
Do you have any experience fighting with any martial arts experience or other type of experience to defend yourself should something occur in your life?
Objection relevance.
Over.
Not really, no.
So any type of fighting that you would be able to do, it would just be freestyle from your own knowledge. of
Freestyle.
fighting, correct?
Objection argumentative.
Dumb. Objection dumb.
If you wanted to fight with someone, would you use your left hand, your right hand, or both?
Objection asked and answered.
Asked and answered. Asked and answered.
When you enter a building, such as this building or any building, oftentimes you will see that there's a security guard or a police officer or a sheriff guarding the building, correct? You saw that today here in the courthouse, didn't you?
Yes.
Let's-
Oh my god, I forgot she gets the hiccups.
And on the date of the incident, the security guard, police officer, or person securing that building, in your mind, when you saw Emani Ellis was in fact Emani Ellis. In your mind, when you got off the elevator, Emani Ellis was in your mind, your state of mind was that she was a security guard, correct?
Objection.
I think she's answered.
Yes. Okay.
And was there any doubt in your mind that she was a security guard?
There was no doubt in my mind that she was a security guard. She had the security guard outfit on. That's why I was so confused that she was so aggressive, and she's supposed to protect me, the patient.
I understand.
He's asking for it.
If Emani Ellis had in fact told you to leave the building, would you have listened because she was a security guard?
Objection.
Oh my god, we've already been here.
Irrelevant like foundation.
Did Miss Emani Ellis tell you to leave the building?
Oh my, y'all. Remember when you were here just a few minutes ago and I was like, objection calls for legal conclusion, and counsel objected on some other grounds which were equally legitimate, and the objection was sustained, rightfully so. And now he's like, let me just wait 5 minutes and try it again and see if everyone's going to be asleep. Like, by everyone, I mean the other counsel, right? Cardi B's counsel, the judge. It's like the plaintiff's attorney is like, well, let me just wait 5 minutes and just try it again and just see. And that's literally his entire, you can't even call it a strategy, but that's literally what he does this entire time. And it continues on the next day. And it's like, it's amazing to watch. Because you just don't ever see anything like this. I just don't know how often attorneys are like this. It's insanity.
At any point during your verbal or physical altercation on February 24th, 2018.
She told me, you're going to leave my building. You're going to leave my building.
Okay. Are you aware that Emani Ellis was hired by the owner of that building and had the right to tell you to leave?
Objection. Calls for legal conclusion.
Yeah, dude.
When Emani Ellis told you to leave the building, did you follow her command?
Objection. Relevance. Lack of foundation.
You can answer.
No, she wasn't acting like a security guard.
But she was a security guard.
Objection.
The security guard
So,
tried to
we're not
attack
gonna- we're not
patients.
gonna argue. The objection's stand, we're not gonna argue with each other.
Did you believe in your mind that Emani Ellis was a police officer?
No.
If you thought she was a police officer, would you have handled this
Oh my fucking God. What?
situation the same way?
Objection, incomplete hypothetical.
Sustained. Let's
Ridiculous.
just focus on what happened.
If she was the tooth fairy, would you have done anything differently? Like this, and I'm remembering now that that's the other thing about this plaintiff's counsel is, the other thing is like he's filibustering his own direct examination. Like this is like filibustering to me.
Now, when Emani Ellis spoke with you, when you exited the elevator, she spoke with you directly outside the elevator, the area directly outside the elevators, correct?
I don't believe she got inside the elevator. I don't believe she did.
That's my question is, did whatever happen between the two of you, did it happen inside the elevator, at the point of entry, or outside the elevator?
Outside the elevator and down the hallway.
Fine. And when Miss Ellis was asked the same question, do you remember her saying that it happened outside of the elevator as well? Do you agree with her testimony?
It wasn't in front of the elevator anymore because I was walking and she was following me. So it wasn't in front of the elevator. It was outside the elevator because I already got off the elevator. I don't think she ever went inside the elevator because I felt her as soon as I'm walking. I felt her walking right behind me, and then she said something. She said, "Oh my God, Cardi B!" That's when I turned around. And
That's why the location matters, because it's pointing to who's the aggressor, right? Because Cardi B's testimony is that she was walking away from the elevator towards the doctor's office and was further away from the elevator. And so, in other words, the security guard was following her, versus the plaintiff's testimony, which I guess alluded to the fact that it was right in front of the elevator doors type of thing. I mean, her testimony was not clear because it was just vague. It was vague. It also contradicted itself, and it was just a mess because of her attorney and because of her case anyway. But I believe that was what she was trying to suggest, is that it was right when the doors were opening, or right in front of the doors. And my guess would be that it's like the plaintiff trying to suggest that Cardi B was the aggressor. And so, anyway, it doesn't even make any sense, right? Like, why would anybody why would Cardi B be the aggressor? Anyway, never mind. No point, because none of it makes any sense. So just trying to articulate that the reason why this part matters about how far away from the elevator is, it's supposed to be going to who was really the aggressor here and who was the person who was, what's the word? The non-aggressor, the victim, the person who was responding and not instigating.
Camera right here, like she recorded me, and I'm like, "Yo, why are you recording me?" And
Let me back it up because I messed up. I interrupted her testimony, and this is important.
Elevator. I don't think she ever went inside the elevator because I felt her as soon as I'm walking. I felt her walking right behind me, and then she said something. She said, "Oh my God, Cardi B!" That's when I turned around, and she got the camera right here, like she recorded me, and I'm like, "Yo, why are you recording me?" And she practically did admit that she recorded me because she said, "Oh my bad." So.
Oh shit.
And when she said, "Oh wow, it's Cardi B," or whatever you just said right now, when she said that, was that offensive to you?
It wasn't offensive. I just kept power walking so I could avoid more contact.
You just didn't want to be on camera.
Following me.
And
This is easy, right? The reason she's there at this particular doctor on a Saturday with the building closed and with a hood on is for the very specific purpose. She doesn't want anyone to be identifying her because she hasn't told anybody she's pregnant. It's simple, right? There's only one thing she's trying to avoid, and it's somebody being like, "Oh, it's Cardi B." And literally she goes to this appointment and there's this one security guard and there's no one else in the fucking building except for the people for her appointment. And what happens? The security guard goes, "Oh, it's Cardi B." And they're filming her. It's the one thing she was trying to avoid. This is not difficult. However, plaintiff's counsel seems to really struggle with the concept.
That sometimes when you're walking around, different people will say, "Oh wow, it's Cardi B."
Yeah.
Because they get excited.
Yeah.
And you had experienced that
many times before you had that experience with Emani Ellis, correct?
Yes.
And the reason you didn't like it from her is because she was a security guard and you felt it was unprofessional for her to say that to you. Is that true?
When she first said it, I didn't tell her nothing. I kept walking.
Why couldn't she say it? Why?
I never said she couldn't.
Okay, and she said it to you.
She said it to me, and I kept walking.
What if she was not a security guard and she was just a random human and said, oh wow, it's Cardi B? Would you have taken offense to that?
No,
You can answer.
I didn't even feel offended when she first said it. I felt offended when she kept following me. She recorded me, and you're supposed to be a security. You're not supposed to be recording patients going to any doctor, any.
But again,
That's what offended me. When she first said, oh my God, it's Cardi B, I just kept power walking and didn't say nothing. I said something the second time she said it, and I turned around and I saw that she was recording me. And I'm like, yo, why are you recording me? Ain't you supposed to be security? And she said, oh, my bad. Then she kept following me, and now I'm getting annoyed. Like, it's like, you're the security guard of the building.
No question pending. No question.
All right, Counsel, I think that might be a good time to end because we've got some things that we need to deal with outside the presence of the jury.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to resume right back at 9:30 again. Thank you for your patience today and your attention. We will see you tomorrow at 9:30. In the meantime, please do not discuss the case with anyone, including other jurors. Don't form any opinions or do any research.
Okay, I said, you guys, if I recall, I'm not gonna. I don't want to spoil it, and I'm not going to. What's the word? I'm not going to cheat and look ahead. But from what I recall, when they pick up the next day on day 3 with this direct examination, it's really funny because they're in the middle of talking about the altercation. And my recollection is like wherever he starts his line of questioning with her on day 3 is like completely not expected. Like out of left field because it's like, wait, what? And I'm not going to say anything else because I'll let everybody be surprised whenever we get there as to how does he, in the middle of this whole contentious thing. Let's listen to the ending of this real quick because as we hear this, think about, okay, well, where would you expect the attorney? Let's just pretend it was a competent attorney. Where would you expect the attorney to pick up the next day, with their line of questioning? Okay.
And I saw that she was recording me. And I'm like, yo, why are you recording me? Ain't you supposed to be security? And she said, oh, my bad. Then she kept following me, and now I'm getting annoyed. Like, it's like, you're the security guard of the building.
No question pending. No question.
All right, Counsel, I think that might be a good time to end because we've got some things that we need to deal with outside the presence of the jury.
Yes, sir.
So like what I would expect would be like, coming in the next morning, like, okay, so ladies and gentlemen of the jury, or I guess you'd be addressing the witness, but basically the point being you're trying to refresh the jury's recollection as to where you left off, right? So we were talking about, what happened at the Beverly Hills Medical Center. And we were talking about, how you perceived a security guard and the differences potentially of a security guard versus a non-security guard or whatever. Basically, you're trying to recap where you left off and then get back into it because this is not finished. This is not finished, right? Like this is like the judge is like, I've had enough. I'm cutting it off. But like this wasn't finished, right? And this is not how you would want to leave it. I would think if you're plaintiff's counsel, because you would want to get to whatever your point was, I guess if you had a point. But so keep that in mind for whenever we get into the next day, because it's just really funny what plaintiff's counsel does instead. So
we're going to resume right back at 9:30 again. Thank you for your patience today.
Okay, so I'm going to jump ahead into outside the presence of the jury. Or wait, do they not include that? No, hold on. They do. Sweet. Hold on. Okay.
In the presence of the jury, you can step down, ma'am. All right, so let's address the issues of Tiara Malcolm and David Finke as witnesses.
You want to argue that after counsel does?
Yeah, so let me just make sure that we squarely get everything on the record in terms of what defendant's position is. And so defendant's position, if you want to summarize what you knew and when you knew it.
Thank you, Your Honor. Excuse me. As Ms. Alazar testified, she did not know the name of the receptionist. She did not know the name of the doctor that she visited that one day. In the January 17, 2023 discovery responses of defendant, she responded in a verified response that the potential witnesses included her, the plaintiff, and unknown staff employees of the medical center building who intervened during the incident. There was no motion to compel that was filed against that. At that point in time, neither she nor her counsel knew the identity of the two individuals. There's actually
Okay.
another response where, I don't see it here, but what happens when my copy of these. Oh, okay. Not sure where it went to. Oh, yes, it disappeared. Now I got it. Okay, so in Exhibit 1 to the motion, the supplemental motion that we filed, excuse me. She identified at page 10, Emani Ellis and unknown staff employees at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, including at least 2 such persons who intervened during the incident. She described them, identified them as people who intervened, specific people, 2 people who intervened in the incident, and but she at that point did not know their names. It was years after that she never, had gone there again. Plaintiff's counsel did not move to compel and did not file or serve a response to supplement discovery. Exhibit 2 is a comparable discovery response in January 7, 2023 that also referred similarly to the 2 by what they had done, and at least 2 such persons who intervened during the incident. It was not until last year,
Here we go.
it was not until last year that we learned of.
Did you bring all your glasses today?
Here we go. This is important.
Yeah. We added, well, it's not until 2024 that we actually identified Dr. Finke, which was Ms. Moore's hard work. It wasn't easy. And we put Finke on the 2024 witness list, which is Exhibit 5 to the memorandum that we filed.
Okay, why don't you move on to Ms. Malcolm?
Okay, and Ms. Malcolm, she was the receptionist. She
Okay, yeah, she was the receptionist. This is important.
no longer worked at that firm by the time that the litigation had started at that medical center. And Malcolm's identity was only discovered on July 28, 2025, following further investigation by defendant's counsel. So then we talked about adding her to the exhibit list, the witness list, and she was added to our witness list. I think Counsel's looking at me like I don't know what I'm talking about there, but I believe that she was put on our witness list. Yes, in July that we filed. There have been times when the court has referred to defendant's witness list, which omitted her, even though they knew of her. Plaintiff's August 9. Oh, I'm sorry. They actually had intended to call these 2 people as well. They did not identify them by name, even though plaintiff worked there and knew these people. She knew who Dr. Finke was. He intervened. She knew who the receptionist was. She worked there, plaintiff worked there as well. Their August 9, 2022 discovery response identified as witnesses, quote, employees of doctor's office located near the scene. Then also, plaintiff testified in her deposition, which is Exhibit 4 to the memorandum we filed, quote, she is going to be bringing forward at the time of a trial people from the doctor's office. So these are people that she knew about, she didn't identify, we didn't know about it, we found it out on our own, and we promptly disclosed it. Again,
Witnesses.
And I guess that's the question is, what is promptly disclosed? You learned about it on the 28th. Did you call plaintiff's counsel and say, hey, we found her?
July 28, 2025 was when Malcolm's identity was discovered, and that's when we added the I think it was July 30th, when we filed, I could be wrong, filed
I believe it was the following week.
the following week. And my colleague will verify that.
May I respond?
I just want to make sure that I understand the defense position. I don't see anything. I see the next witness list after that is being 820.
That's fine. That's the one that I filed.
That's when he filed, he admitted her.
I did not write her name there because I did not know about it.
Well, that's an issue.
And so how did you communicate Ms. Malcolm's name to plaintiff's counsel?
May I?
Yes.
Your Honor, we were providing drafts for this latest round of the trial filings, and as soon as we found out, we put it on the witness list, and on one of those drafts before they were filed.
And I'm asking, when did that happen?
I'm not sure. I know it
So
was.
this part, we're going to skip ahead a little bit and see, because this comes up a lot, and I'm not sure. There's a certain thing I'm looking for, and I don't know if this is discussed here. But basically, again, this was a mess in pretrial. There basically was no pretrial, so they're basically fighting over things that normally would have been fought about long before the trial, about witness disclosures. And I mean, it's just it's really unprofessional, if you ask me.
Put on any witness list, even my own that I did on August 20th when I filed it, wasn't there. The two individuals that I thought were the witnesses are Dr. Azizolai and Ms. Parsi. Those two people are on the witness list. This whole idea came about because counsel said, well, we shouldn't have Azizolai, we shouldn't have Parsi. And then I said, well, then I'm going to jump on the bandwagon too, and you shouldn't have yours. And that's why we're here today, Your Honor.
Okay, so let me refresh my recollection. I don't remember if we had a court reporter at the time. But at the time of our final status conference, there were discussions about this receptionist. I think there were discussions about you were actively engaged in trying to identify her, and you would inform counsel if and when you did. That conversation happened, correct?
Nobody informed me nothing. All I was given.
No, I'm saying at the time of the final status conference, that was a conversation that was had.
I don't remember it that way. I'm not that smart like the court is. I don't remember it that way. All I can say is it's inappropriate to be given a document in the middle of the trial. With this court, the way that it is, it's super fast. The court doesn't want me to spend a lot of time asking people questions and practically doing a deposition. So I would submit that.
Let's just say for the record, I let people try their cases. I'm not going to let you waste the jury's time.
Of course,
okay?
I understand.
Well
that.
said, Your
So
Honor.
my request is Tiara Malcolm is out because no one at any point called me, did anything to give me this information.
So he's trying to fight to keep the receptionist out. Why? Because she was an eyewitness. I mean,
Till yesterday, when their attorney, Lisa Moore, who's not the main attorney, there's another lawyer here, he could have signed a declaration. I don't know why he didn't. Why is she doing it? Everything's been done by Peter Anderson and Eric Lamb with all of his other attorneys that he has helped with.
Well, I think she was the one with boots on the ground, according to her declaration. But
Yeah.
so let's. So we find out about her on the 28th, and I see the witness list on the 20th. So I guess my concern is the gap of period of time. Or actually, can you confirm? Did we have that conversation that you were actively trying to find her?
That's my recollection, that she definitely came up. I don't recall if we had just found her or we were still actively trying to find her. Unfortunately, we don't have the back and forth. And for example, Mr. Lamb's. Sorry. I think that was the name. If Your Honor likes, we can check to see when we actually sent a draft with her name to witness list with her name to counsel. He definitely did not just find out about her yesterday.
I'm sorry.
If I may. And so
my
we can do
God.
that. We just can't do
Oh
it here
my God.
because we've got a lot of trial documents and not many discovery documents or drafts of discovery documents.
Yeah.
But we can't submit that. I can tell you, Your Honor, that once we found her, and this is a woman, by the way, who's integral to the case that plaintiff has known about since day one. And counsel says his office was across the street, but he never bothered to walk across the street to find out her name.
Right.
Anyway, to make a long story short, we can provide that information. We can check if you like, but we did promptly disclose. I believe it was in a draft joint witness list that we had submitted. We submitted several as soon as we found her within a week.
May I reply, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
This case was set to be tried in 2024.
Okay.
It was continued over and over and over, and discovery was closed. This court did not reopen discovery. So this issue has been sleeping for at least a year, and it's unfair and prejudicial to the plaintiff to allow this random witness to show
random witness? You mean the eyewit? Dude.
up at the eve of, not even the eve, in the middle of trial.
I think let's be fair. You both identified people at the medical center. You both knew that these were people. I mean, your client testified that there was people that came out.
Yes.
So she knew that there were people that came out.
No, the two individuals that I have, these are people that know about the incident. These are not the two individuals that they're talking about. There was nobody.
So he's okay. Plaintiff's counsel's talking about two people. The two people he's talking about are, I guess, two other people who were in the building who were not eyewitnesses to the event, or to the altercation, like as if that's who they want to call as witnesses, is these two other people who were not actually eyewitnesses. The two people that the defense, Cardi B's counsel, is talking about are the two people who were actually eyewitnesses. Go figure.
At the scene till after the fact.
Right.
So whoever these people are, they're not going to really say anything fair. And for them to drop it on me in the middle of the trial is unfair. If they want to bring Dr. Finke and he wants to say, I came out and I heard there was an altercation, I'm not too concerned about him. I'm more concerned about Tiara Malcolm. I have no idea who she is, what she's
Oh my God, famous last words on that, where he says this. I'm not too concerned about him. You guys, Dr. Finke's testimony is awesome.
Not too crazy about. I'm not too concerned about him. I'm more concerned about Tierra Malcolm. I have no idea who she is, what she's going to say, and that one has never been given to me. And this case, discovery has been closed for over a year. Why should she be allowed to testify? It doesn't make sense to me.
Your Honor, may I just very briefly?
Sure.
We've been asking, and Counsel hasn't told us who this.
You know what? I think there's a bomb that gets dropped. You know what I think it is? I think it's actually during Miss Malcolm's testimony, the thing that I was thinking of, which is insanity. When you hear, like, everything he just said is basically false. And I think it comes out in her testimony. Oh my God.
Farzi, I'm not even going to try. I don't know if that's, I just don't know how to pronounce his last name. And the woman, and we've been asking how they're relevant, given that Farzi, for lack of just attempt to avoid trying to name his last name, he's on floor 3, and he doesn't come in on Saturdays. He wasn't there. And the other person they identified as the receptionist at the building office, which is closed on Saturdays.
Probably
the suggestion that the two people everyone's been talking about throughout this case, who came out of the doctor's office, for some reason weren't the doctor, and the receptionist is absurd.
Your Honor, he's testifying things he doesn't know. How does he know
Oh my fucking God.
that my doctor and my his assistant were there on Saturday? How does he know that?
I
If
don't
he
know.
can prove me that, I'll withdraw all my objections. He can't. He's just making
I'm sure that's not true. I'm sure you want, I mean, it'd be great if you did that, but you're not going to.
up stories.
Well,
Just
so
make
I
up
guess
stories.
the question is, let's just talk about reasonable diligence. And so, Plaintiff's counsel knew that the receptionist for the Women's Care of Beverly Hills was at least identified as a category of a person to be a trial witness, correct?
I believe so.
Okay. Did you do anything to try and figure out who that was?
There was nothing to do. It's a 6-year-old issue. I didn't know if somebody
my-
could pop up. Why would
Listen to what he's saying, guys, because this is going to come up later. And this is one of the things that I think should get him in some hot water with the bar. This is not good for him.
Figure out who that was?
there was nothing to do? It's a 6-year-old issue. I didn't know if somebody could even pop up.
He's like, I had no idea. I was blindsided, on July 30th or whatever. I had no idea. Da, da, da. I mean, okay.
Why would they? How could I do it, Your Honor? How would it be possible?
All right. And to what extent, if any, is it possible to get her deposed between now and Tuesday?
Well, Your Honor, it sounds like plaintiff is going to be resting tomorrow. We expect her to testify tomorrow. She also, she is out of town. Yeah, our plan is for her to testify tomorrow. And if it helps, maybe without the jury, she can give an offer of proof or something. But we're talking about a 30-second incident. The idea that, and by the way, he didn't take Dr. McKenna's deposition. He didn't take, that proceeded without him because he didn't bother to show up. He didn't take the defendant's deposition.
Wow.
The idea that at this late point he gets to take the deposition of
Right.
someone who he has known about and his client has known about since she worked there. I just don't see the fairness in that.
Your Honor, she was.
All right, let me do this. I'm going to rule that Dr. Finke can testify. I'm going to take it under submission. I'm going to look a little bit further into the Malcolm issue. I will tell you, I'm leaning, since the person was identified apparently for years, I don't think that it's an unfair surprise that she was finally identified. So that's where I'm leaning, but I'm not going to make that decision right now. So
There's a
I'll-
huge bombshell that's going to drop regarding this receptionist, guys. That's wild. When you hear this is even crazier in hindsight, knowing what's going to happen and hearing this again because of how, like, what everybody is saying. Like, oh boy.
tomorrow morning on the issue of the receptions.
And how about a deposition?
Well, I'll go tomorrow.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
9:30 tomorrow.
Yes. So I think there was a discussion at the final status conference regarding who was demanding jury, and I thought the defendant was demanding jury.
I assume plaintiff, we checked, plaintiff had demanded a jury.
I believe both sides.
I thought both sides.
Oh, okay, so I didn't realize that. We weren't counsel at the
Okay.
time.
No, I think it was addressed at the final status conference in terms of paying the jury fees.
Oh, I don't recall that at all. I'm sorry.
Is that an issue?
No, we'll split them.
Okay, all right. Fine.
My apologies.
Yes,
Thank you.
exhibits for today.
Oh, exhibits for today. See, you keep me on track. Are there any exhibits that we're moving as evidence?
I believe there was one that the court, Dr. Moelleken's records and bills.
We already talked about pages 9 and 28.
Okay. So defense counsel is going to look at, I'm sorry, was exhibit who?
9. This was 15 pages.
No, nine was the CV. I thought.
No, you're right. I apologize.
Guys, can you imagine? I don't know how, like, this would just make me want to pull my hair out. This is insanity. Okay, so that's basically wrapping it up for this day. They're going to try to figure their shit out. We'll see how they do. So as we proceed on to day 3, we have another new look for Cardi. This is my favorite of all of her hairdos. I think she looks freaking amazing. So they start the day off with more outside the presence of the jury, talking about these witnesses and whatever else. And then Cardi gets back on the stand, and she's on the stand for like, does she come back after lunch? She's on the stand all the way up until lunch. So, but we will pick up with this next time with day 3. And this is, I think, actually the last day of the trial, because I'm pretty sure day 4 is like closing arguments, which are brief, and then the verdict. And then we'll watch like the little like press conference, if you will, after that. We'll watch all that stuff too. But in other words, you know, it's a short trial, right? I'm pretty sure this is the last day of testimony, day 3. Let me know if you guys remember in the chat, but I'm pretty sure this wraps the testimony. So we'll have Cardi B, we will have the receptionist, we will have Dr. Finke, and then there's this other, what's his name? James, I forget who this guy is. I don't remember who this guy is. Is he a psychologist or something? I don't actually remember much about him, to be honest with you guys. I may have missed that because I was listening to this in the background, like while I was working and stuff. But either that, or maybe he just wasn't as memorable or as important. Y'all can let me know if you guys saw it. But yeah, big day though with Cardi B and the receptionist and Dr. Finke, because you know, crucial testimony there. Oh, it was the psych guy who evaluated the plaintiff. Okay, thanks for letting me know, guys. He was funny. Okay, cool. Then we'll definitely watch him. Yeah, I think I might have missed that testimony entirely, and then picked back up when it was Dr. Finke. So cool. Well, Twiz, guilty. Oh, Twiz, the nail guy. Wasn't that Dr. Finke, though, who was really funny about the nails? I'm pretty sure that was Dr. Finke, but I could be wrong. The gynecologist. So yeah, we'll pick up with this one next time. And we'll also have soon here our part 3 of Wendy's stupid book as we make our way through that. Yeah, Dr. Finke was the nail guy. That's what I thought. But yeah, y'all let me know if the this dude, who James something, if he's got something worth hearing. Seems like a bogus case. It is a bogus case, so blame the plaintiff. Just so you were clear, Twiz, you know Cardi B is not the plaintiff, right? You know that the bogus case exists because of the plaintiff, which is the security guard, right? Just making sure we are all on the same page there. So yeah, is it getting cold where y'all are? It's definitely getting cold here. And also we've had like torrential downpours, which is dumb. I like Chelsea. Thanks, Twiz. So anywho, well, actually Cardi B speaks to this after the verdict and talks about and has some thoughts on this actually about if it's easier to settle. It's pretty cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't totally debunks the plaintiff's claims of PTSD. Doesn't surprise me, but yeah, well, definitely sounds like it's worth listening to then. So we'll take a listen to that. The malingering, right? Of course. Any MMPI2 make an appearance? Although they may not administer that for something like this because that's like a really in-depth and I think expensive test, and I don't know that they would have used it, but normally the MMPI2. She should, yeah, the thing is Cardi B could have sued a lot of people here. Like Cardi B could have been the plaintiff here. Like that's what makes more sense, right? Like, and she would have had, I think, a number of different grounds for which, to file a complaint, like causes of action, right? I think Cardi B, if she had wanted to, had multiple causes of action with this whole situation. had she wanted to sue the security guard, 100%. And she, I think, would have prevailed on all of them. Which is why it's so wild how this is just entire thing is so backwards. So, but she chose not to, and she chose to take the higher. But again, she speaks to that after the verdict, and I think it's interesting to hear what she has to say because, she could have done that and she didn't. And yeah, I don't know. I like her perspective when she talks at the end. So we'll take a listen to that. Oh, are they on the MMPI 3 now? Wow, time flies, man. Time flies. So, but that'll be it for this one, guys. I need to get working on timestamps. I need to also get some stuff together for my students because it's a really busy time of the year. I'm sure Kitsmits will attest to that for music because all the kids have like their fall concerts and their Christmas concerts and all that. And so there's always a lot going on to get everybody ready for all of their concerts. And so I've also got a number of kids. It's so cute. They're learning to read music for the first time, which is exciting. So I always get some like graphics and fun stuff together, like games and stuff for them to do to help them learn how to read music and make it super fun. And so I've got to get some of that stuff together as well because I have lessons tomorrow when I get off of work from the law firm. But if I finish early enough, we will continue with this tomorrow night. Otherwise, it'll probably be on Thursday. You've got a recital coming up. Awesome. That's fun. And some exams. Do you give exams to your students or is it preparing them for exams like at schools they go to? Out of curiosity. That would be fun if you give them exams. I mean, we do like informal type of, like, I don't know if you can call them quizzes. Like I'll give them little assignments and stuff, but with violinists, they always, it's like part of the personality, like tend to worry that if they make a mistake, it's like the end of the world, And so anyway, I always hammer the point home that like, you're not being graded, in your lessons, but. Oh, I see. For the Oregon music teachers. Okay, gotcha. I see what you're saying. That makes sense. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, for North Carolina, it's ASTA. But right, all right. I see what you're saying. Yeah, so for those who want to get placed with a level. Yeah, it's really not the whole like making a certain level thing is not really that what's the right word? I guess it's not really seems to be that. I mean, it's never really talked about in North Carolina. Like, I mean, you like as far as the levels go, like with ASTA, we use it just to assess like a student's like their playing level so that we can assign the appropriate repertoire, right? So like the purpose of like figuring out which level a student is at is not for like to grade them per se, but more so you can give them the right repertoire, if that makes sense. And that's really how we use it here, which is it's helpful, although sometimes it's funny because you look at some of the choices there and you're like, what? But yeah, I completely missed it, Kane. If you had a live stream, I don't know why I'm not getting the notifications. Because Fattel went down to Moscow. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Hence the violins. Oh, how funny. I see. Yeah, gotcha. Right. Yeah, that is a more of a European thing. What Kitsmits is referring to with the levels. Yeah, in North Carolina, we don't have anything like that you would use as like completing a certain level so that then you can put it on a resume. Like that's not anything that we don't have a program like that. I guess the closest thing maybe would be like Suzuki book, but like that's not, no one even does that. So I don't know. I guess it's sort of like the repertoire speaks for itself type thing. But yeah, I don't know why I'm not getting I'm not getting notifications for like anything. I need to make sure that I didn't get, YouTube's been being funny like that, I've heard, and it's been like shutting off notifications and like unsubscribing people from things and whatever. It's had a mind of its own. So I don't know. I totally missed that live stream though, Kay. I'm sorry. It's funny because one of my attorneys that I work for made a joke about that the other day. The devil went down in Georgia. We had a whole conversation about music and it was fun. But speaking of which, I've got to get working on that stuff for my students. So we will continue with this as soon as we possibly can. If only I could clone myself, right? But I love y'all. Thank you. Yeah, I did not get the tag. I did not get a notification that I was tagged at all. Because I'm supposed to get a notification, right? If I'm tagged. But I did not, to quote the room. Yeah, and that makes sense, Kit Smits, as to the purpose of it with the levels of excellence. Yeah, I don't know. It's just funny. North Carolina just doesn't utilize anything like that, but I totally understand the point for those who want to go that route for a resume and whatnot, or a college application. But yes, if I could clone myself, it would be great. But thanks so much for being here, guys. Love y'all. Thanks for being awesome squirrels. And I will see you guys next time.